Hello and welcome back to the $10,000 November CMG Rogue Company Showdown. I'm Rome DMV. Joining me is Kresnik, and we just witnessed Right Turtle put on a masterclass of a showcase.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, an 18-1 matchup in the round of 16 there. And I will say we did get confirmation from Blue that is a record. That is a record of stat disparity at the end. So the kind of form you want to be in the main event when you're heading into this. And Right Turtle is a team we're going to be following down this bracket because best Kangaroo versus them. I think this has to be the best match. Just looking across the whole bracket, I feel like this has to be the closest matchup of these quarterfinals. I think either of these teams could go all the way if they didn't hit each other right now. And whoever gets on the other side of them on a loser's bracket at the end of this will not be feeling good.
Oh yeah, big time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the series layout and see what maps these teams are going to be battling it out on. We're going to be starting it off with a Hollows Demolition, then heading into a Factory King of the Hill. We know how close quarters Factory King of the Hill can be. And then we'll be going to a Breach Demolition, followed by a Palace Demolition at the very end, but there's going to be a Windward King of the Hill up fourth. So this is what I wanted to point out real quick. Hollows, Breach, and Palace, they're all new demolition maps. So in round one, we had all OG demolition maps, and now in round two, we get all of the OG all of the OG Windward map, or all the OG King of the Hill maps, excuse me, and all of the new demolition maps. So that's very interesting that it just flip-flopped from round one to round two. So it's really getting to test these teams, get to see exactly how well they know these maps and what their familiarity is with them.
And these are some of my favorite maps, I think, to see played in demo. Hollows, I feel like I haven't seen as much. I really think it's just random chance that I haven't watched it in weeks at this point, or at least casted it myself in weeks. But Palace, if we get that far, I have seen some very exciting games on that map, the way that teams can kind of play it on the attack, where they can cover kind of across the map from each other, and how quickly some of these takes have to happen, and the flanking potential of the defense. So much that can happen there. But we are starting on Hollows, a map that at least in the games that I've casted from it has seemed potentially defender-sided, but I feel like that was more for a lack of figuring it out. I feel like there are a lot of options for the attackers that were not really being utilized as much, not smoking off some really crucial angles, and not necessarily kind of sometimes not even going to get that bomb down.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, when you're looking at these two teams, we know what Right Turtle likes to do. We know their aggressive plays that they like to make. We saw it in the last series. They were pushing with nobody stopping them, even questioning what they were doing. So, you know, are they going to be able to have that same success against this best Kangaroo squad? Now, the thing is, this best Kangaroo squad, you look at them, they got Nash, Fank, Drew Whitlock, and Joker. We've seen all of these players many, many times, and now it's going to be all about them putting it together. I've heard some rumors and things like that about Fank and Nash potentially trying to put something together for the LAN coming up, as everyone's trying to scramble, figure out these rosters, finalize them. So we get to see exactly how this team is going to do today against Right Turtle, because someone, unfortunately, is going to be going down to that loser's bracket after this match, and that is going to be a long ways ahead. Oh, man, I feel bad for whoever goes out in round two.
Yeah, and one of them is going to have to kind of fight all the way through. I think either of these teams, obviously, again, have the skills to make it through that lower bracket once they get there. These are two very strong teams, strong rosters that have been put together, and all our players that have been in main events for, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but a long time. I recognize every single name listed up here. And best Kangaroo, again, as I've mentioned a couple times, very close games in week one. This month could be kind of a peak performance for them if there were going to be a time for them to take down Right Turtle and make them feel like they have to earn that champion spot again. This round is going to be it.
Especially now that it's not Polza, it's going to be who's that in place. So, you know, you really got to look at them and say, look, we've got to understand that this is the moment where they are vulnerable the most. So, you know, we already know Nash, Fank, they like to do a lot of big brain thinking. They like to really IGL it out and make sure their team understands exactly what they need to do. But hey, listen, I just want to say this is the first time where we have seen Drew Whitlock actually be on a team with players, in my opinion, that are all rated right around his skill level, if not ahead of him. So big props to Drew Whitlock. I've said it a bunch of times in the past. I felt like he's always been the best player on his team. This is pretty much the first case where I don't feel like that's the case. Teaming with Nash, Fank, and Joker, these are all three players that have had tons of top 3 placings. So we just got to, at this point, see what they're going to be looking to do with this, bringing in this new kid in Drew Whitlock to the squad. We just got to exactly see how he's going to be performing, because, man, when I tell you he's young, he's talented, the kid's ready to make a statement today.
Willing to grind, obviously, and has a great team to do it with, like you said. Always been kind of the star in the past, and now on a star-studded roster, you're going to have to do even more to show out. And I feel like he has, at least in the past couple weeks, been able to do that. We'll see if that continues here on this Hollows map. And I have a feeling, I don't know if we're ever going to see these rogues again. Ronan and Glitch banned once again.
I didn't even talk about it yet. You guys see it on the screen. We see it almost every single demolition. Ronan and Glitch. Ronan is banned by the offensive team. Glitch is banned by the defensive team. It happens so much. And, hey, listen, that's just the meta right now. So it's all about playing around the current meta that we're in. It's not 2 bans yet. So listen, you only got to do one thing. You got to take out what's most OP. No target bans really have been coming out recently in these. I guess you could call Glitch a target ban simply because Nash plays Glitch. But listen, Nash is the one that banned it. So that just goes to show you that it is really just a straight up staple. You have to ban Glitch if you're on defense. You have to ban Ronan if you're on offense. And now these teams are going to have to battle it out. They've played with these compositions, with the rogues that are available so many times. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the Talon brought out. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of trench action, even if it's on offense. I know offensive trench has been becoming a thing simply because whether you're going into B inner trying to get that cut control, or whether you're going to be going to A getting that inner control, you need trophies to make sure that they don't send any utility your way to be able to take you out, because those are easily places that you can get pinched. So, I'm excited to see exactly what compositions are going to be coming out. We can pretty much call that a Dallas is going to be on both sides. The Seekers a lot of the time on defense because of that bounce nade. He's able to get them off. Also the intel, he's able to reveal everyone since there isn't going to be a Ronin on the map. So, all around, I'm extremely excited for this one because, like you said, Hollows Demolition, it's definitely one of my favorite demolition maps to watch. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I like watching Hollows. I think it can be kind of chaotic sometimes. I think we see fights break down on occasion if teams aren't necessarily watching that kind of chaos. And you mentioned Seeker and Talon. I feel like I'm surprised I haven't seen them more. I'm going to pull up the stat sheet once again because I was looking at the numbers earlier, and Seeker Talon has had a bit of an upswing. Obviously, I think having players revealed actually from the dart is a massive boost to his popularity. But Seeker kind of fell off with all these. You could see double reveal focused bans almost every single time on Demolition. Glitch obviously has some utility beyond that, of course, but Ronan being banned because she counters that. I feel like teams just stopping on the Dallas. It's kind of surprising to me that people don't kind of lean further into that intel gathering reveal sort of style.
Yeah, no, 100%. Some teams, they like to go heavy intel. Others, they like to go heavy utility where they, whether it's a Kestrel, things like that. Kestrel is one of those tricky rogues right now where you get a lot of great things out of her with the bounce nades, the stem shots, the drones as well. But, when it comes to the overall utility, she still doesn't have a molly. She still doesn't have the intel as well. So, it's a really big trade-off that these teams are going to have to look at and say, is Kestrel worth running? Do we run something else like a Talon, just try to get that intel? Or do we just go for the firepower that the Kestrel has to offer? And so we got to see exactly, are they going to be pulling out the chalk? Are they going to say, listen, who's that? You're new. Go ahead and get on the 170 HP character and be good to go. Have fun. We got to see, man. We got to see. I know Fank right now, he wants to win this match so bad. When I say he has the passion, he has the passion. When it dropped earlier that he was going to be playing them round 2 officially, he was like, it's on slop EMS. I'm about to show you guys something right now. You guys better get ready. So, I'm excited to see this because right now he's got to lay it all on the line. This is his squad. He's got to see exactly how they're going to be doing today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he's excited to play, that's definitely what I want to be hearing, that they are ready kind of to go into this. And I just got a little update. I see an update here on my other monitor, courtesy of Blue. Apparently, this is Best Kangaroo's best map. In terms of stats, they cannot be feeling bad about the way that this has kind of turned out. Set the tone, kill the momentum that Right Turtle got from game 1. Best Kangaroo had a kind of a similar map 1 from what I understand. Considering we're even in this round at this time, it had to be at least close. They got to be feeling good about their most winning, biggest gap between them and the other team map being how they start against Right Turtle after both coming off of a very strong round one.
Oh yeah, exactly. And speaking of the map preferences, even in Elo 8s, Drew Whitlock, he has a very good record on Hollows in Elo 8s, and Nash has an extremely good record on Palace. I think he's like 8-1 in Palace in Elo 8s or something like that. So he's just extremely good at knowing that map, and that's map number 5. So if we end up going all the way there, I'm sure that Nash is going to be feeling very comfortable. Drew, he's extremely good on Hollows. Like, he just understands it. He can play the Ronin meta, which is why I'm not surprised that Right Turtle banned it out. He is one of those few players that'll say, listen, you guys don't ban the Ronin, we're not banning it, we're going to play it, and you guys are going to have to deal with it. And that's a risky thing to decide to do. But Drew Whitlock, hey, listen, man, he's young and restless, man. He's down for anything. So he's always down for a little Ronin action where it's really a lot of question marks on the map when that Dahlia is linked with that Ronin. So, right now I just want to see exactly how Drew Whitlock is going to be performing with this squad, because like I said, this is his first time really on an A1 level team, and we got to exactly see if he's going to be able to improve this squad, if he's going to be bringing the squad down, where is he going to be filling in nicely, how's he deal with the rogue selections. We know that right now he has been getting the tag of as a one-trick runway. Has Drew Whitlock. He's known for his Simtex plays. He's extremely good with those Simtexes. So, we got to see exactly if they're going to be using that runway now on this map. Hollows isn't exactly the best runway map on offense, but on defense, I could definitely see runway being used and being very viable.
Well, we are not going to have to wait too much longer to see that. We are heading into map number 1, and I don't think it'd be that crazy to see it come out. If they want to play a utility-heavy play, maybe sacrifice a little bit of utility on yourself to gain more on the others and just keep that AR in hand rather than swapping over to that sniper rifle, as often as you would maybe on some of these more wide open maps. I think you could get away with it. We'll see if Drew agrees as we get into rogue selection. We'll have to see the bans first. Obviously, it will be that Ronin and Glitch, as we know, but in terms of actual picks, I do want to see some intel, as I mentioned before. I think it's going to really determine kind of the pace of the game. If we see more intel, we are going to see a very slow Hollows coming out here.
Oh, yes, 100%, especially when you have Nash on the board. He loves to play slow, methodical, and they're going to be on this offensive side. So we're going to see a lot of situations where nobody's moving, where it looks like they're not doing anything, but really they're just talking to each other. They're talking about the best strategy to take over a site. And honestly, that is either going to be good because you're able to perfectly coordinate exactly what you want to do, or it's going to be extremely bad because guess what, your flank might be open and you might just take too long. They could open the button on you. So many things can happen if you just take too long. And you see the trench coming out on the defensive side right now, and who's that hovering that right now? Wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be their composition coming out of Right Turtle outright. No talent for now. Drew is going to be hovering that runway, which is I know he wants to play it, but this is one of those situations where will it help you more than something else? And now they're going to be going with the Dahlia to finish it off. Yes, he's going to be locking it in. So we're going to have an offensive runway. Here we go.
I mean, look at the rest of the utility. It's not necessarily bad. I mean, being able to double up on bounce nades, on incens, on frags coming out, I think it could pay off for them. Let's see, obviously, if it goes in. This is their best map, so they got to be feeling confident once again on this rollout, on this offense. If they can just pick people off, if they can just deny angles with that as they go in, there's not as much intel on the other side. They can kind of abuse that.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right about that. That's the thing. Dallas is the one piece of intel on each side. So, right now it's going to be all about those snaps. Those flanks are going to be pretty open. The middle of the map is going to be up for control to whatever padded character can take it over. So I'm excited to see how these teams are going to be playing it. I'm expecting a lot of firepower. Both these teams extremely talented coming into this. They both have aspirations of making it to the grand finals today, and this is the first step to getting there.
Well, they're a little ahead of themselves and they feel like they're going to get to the grand finals today. They still got a whole nother couple of games up ahead of them, a whole nother day ahead. We'll see how far they can get. You mentioned, really quick, you mentioned that Drew was a runway one trick. I'm assuming that's got to be an 8 because apparently he has not picked runway at all in any tournament over the last 2 months, at least in games that we've seen, in streamed games.
I was about to say, that's extremely surprising because literally all he plays in 8s is runaway. That is all he wants to do. He loves his silent pistol. He loves having those 2 Simtexes in hand, and especially has been getting pretty good with that sniper as well. So, you know, just improving overall. And right now, this best Kangaroo squad, they're pushing out the backside, taking out 3 players already. And there's the 4th one in the corner. He gets taken out. Revive going to be coming through as well. So a lot of money going to be going into the pockets of this best Kangaroo squad as they're able to get the first big round. And already, Right Turtle has had as many rounds won against them in this series that they had the entire last series. Wow.
Maybe a rude awakening if they expected things to be in any way the same as the previous round for them. A very quick attack coming out from Best Kangaroo, taking a lot of ground on the left side already, buying this both primaries up for Drew here. I don't know if they're going to go the same way necessarily. We see a potential pivot here already leaning towards B, and I like watching teams attack this site a little bit more. They're going to get their bit of ammo, their extra bit of utility out from that runway suitcase here as they go way right. It's going to be Slop in the way, and they're going to get early intel courtesy of that Dallas. It's a Dallas matchup here on the side, but Slop immediately finding Fang, but not willing to push any further for it.
Yeah, and that's the smart play. You got to get out. Even though he was able to 2-tap Fang, hit 2 nice headshots, he ended up not being able to get the trade, but just like that, 2 players go down. Kestrel coming out from EMS. Slop able to down 2 players. We got ourselves a 2v3 now as they were able to get 1 player up. Now it's going to be a 1v4. It's going to be Drew Whitlock, all left by his lonesome. He is able to get 1, but gets taken out by the cook nade from Prosper. Now we got ourselves a 1-1 game.
Wow, I mean, a literal perfect nade from Prosper, blowing up right over their head as they were holding close to that. So well done there. No chance for that clutch. Even after being able to get 1, at least they got that extra cash in pocket for them. Really, Slop, huge thorn in their side in that round. The fact that he slowed them down and let them rotate. If he doesn't get that initial pick, then maybe they get a chance to actually go in, get that bomb down, and play a little bit better around it. But just because they get slowed down, suddenly the rotation comes in and matches them here as they look like maybe will be A again, but a quick pivot right. Once again, same strategy, maybe hoping they don't get picked off on the way.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about this B bomb site is that you are able to at least clear out long essentially every single time. If you know there's no Ronin and you have a Dallas on your team, you just snap, you get to see exactly where the closest player is. So they're going to understand that he is going to be in the cut. So they know they got to move the quick if they want to get this down. Slopodopolis is in the middle. They have him pinched perfectly. That's why you see both mollies coming out. But they're able to get the trades as oh my goodness, Right Turtle's helping them from the up top middle. So we got ourselves 2 players down right now, 1 on each side. Simtek's going to be coming out, not able to hit anything. All 3 players are in the middle pocket for the side of Right Turtle. Now if you are Best Kangaroo, it's just going to be all about holding for this retake.
And they have a great position for it, knocking EMS very, very low. Now going to disengage. They know they're going to be approaching from somewhere else, so they just have to set up for their post-plant position here. There's 1 player isolated. They have to know that they're alone, and a trade is all that Joker's going to be able to get out, not even be able to finish that player off. So it will be a 3 versus 2 post-plant position with Drew set up with a decent crossfire, but time is running out. Right Turtle have to move quickly and take advantage right away of this, but again, a perfectly cooked nade by Prosper, making this into another very tough round for Drew.
Yeah, it's over because it's not even planted for Drew. So if I'm Drew right there, you got to loop around to the middle area. That way you can at least see the bomb, because right here, even if he was in a 1v1, that guy could just hop the bomb, make him completely push him, and then gun him on the head glitch. So either way, it's just bad positioning. You got to be somewhere where you will be able to honestly help out and get them off of the bomb, because, hey, no util, you can't see it, you don't have a molly. Not exactly sure what the game plan was there.
Yeah, I think just really praying for that crossfire, saying, I don't have to watch the bomb if my teammate can watch the bomb, but then his teammate exploded instantly. Exactly. So I think you got to know that that spot is not safe after what just happened to him. At least pull away, maybe try to play on any sort of denial, or just being full away. Obviously, no APSs in their hand, so just having to play away until that first nade goes in. But Right Turtle can take advantage of that too if they know that no one's going to be holding close, because Prosper's just got a hell of an arm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You see the Claymore coming out from Ooze. That's a pretty good one right there, because guess what? Only 1 player on this team is going to be having tenacity, and that's going to be the Dahlia. 2 players are long right now. So who's that? You see he's getting a little bit antsy because he knows that a play is about to happen. And if anytime a play happens, first thing that you want to clear out is that area right there. You see, wow, a bounce nade is used to clear out the Claymore right there. That is very interesting. He didn't want to wide swing that with his body simply because it could get taken out. Molly coming out from Fang, but no, they're both going to be dropping as EMS and Who's That are both able to get one. Simtex coming out. Is he going to be able to down one? No. Got to be breaking the barbed wire, but he's going to get flanked, and just like that, Right Turtle going up 3-1, answering back, getting 3 rounds in a row.
Right Turtle's post-execute positions, I can't say plant because no bomb got planted that time. Once Best Kangaroo get into sight, Right Turtle, I feel like, are always in the right place. Even after Slop got isolated and effectively executed on that push in the previous round, this time, all right, they changed things up, and now suddenly you have players behind them. You have players everywhere. They are taking advantage of the easily done rotation through the attacker's spawn. And I think now that has to be the first thing on the mind of Best Kangaroo. You cannot let that happen again. You cannot let them get delayed so long that players are coming at them from every single angle. Keep someone on the back if you start losing numbers. I think maybe you just take everyone out if you're not so hard committed and just meet them on that attempted rotation.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And you can see right now the offensive side, they tried something different. They were able to down Slop. The big question is are you going to be able to finish him? I don't think that's going to be the case. Usually if you're down for this long, you're going to be able to get up. These teams are so good at reviving. You see Drew, he's holding that Simtex through the smoke, and that is what I'm talking about. He's known for that. So those Simtexes, he loves players throwing the smoke in front of him, and then he just walks through it with the Simtex in hand, looking for a player, and just a great play all around by him. And now they find themselves in a very advantageous position as Emes, he's in a 1v1. He gets taken out by Joker, and all that's going to be left is the trench for the side of Right Turtle. So we're looking at a 3-2 game right now in favor of Right Turtle. Is Who's That? My goodness, dink, dink, gone. Just like that from the lobby.
The fact that Who's even got that close is actually absurd. Taking someone down through that smoke and then finding the next kill on the rotation, just outnumbered and outgunned. Too many there. Even though Emes lost that fight, I think that was a very heads-up move to rotate out and say, all right, we're outnumbered. I know they're going to be setting up for something. It's what we would be doing now, so I'm going to try to stop it. It's just one step ahead was Joker pre-throwing that bounce nade, catching Emes on the long rotation out. Very heads-up play by them, and I think this it kind of goes to show that they're doing this right, I think, on the side of Best Kangaroo now. They moved over to a side where they knew they could get a free pick, and then setting up to punish that because they had to do it in the open and they had safe angles relatively on coast. And then after that, they were just looking to kind of abuse the flanks and deny them a chance to utilize the easy flanking potential on this map against them.
Yeah, and then now they're going right back to this B bomb site. It worked very well for them in the last round. Now it's just going to be all about duplicating that success. They see they have a position. They understand where Emes is at. Is he going to be lining up a Kestrel? No. Going to be a bounce nade instead. That's not going to be landing on Emes. Oh my goodness, there's already going to be 2 players flanking. So you got to be knowledgeable, and yes, Drew is able to play for Slop, and he takes him out. That's a massive play because not only is that the Dallas, that's their one piece of intel. Now it's a 3v4. You're on offense. You can go essentially wherever you want and overpower this site. It looks like Joker, though, he is currently looking for Who's That. There might be a Claymore on the other side. That would be absolutely tragic if there was, but we're going to find out very shortly as the mollies are going to be coming out. Claymore. What'd I tell you? Like certain things, you just got to be able to read and react. You got to know if you're going against the Trench, most of the time Trench puts a Claymore right there every single round. So, you know, it's funny calling it before he walks into it. But hey, listen, he's able to get the bomb down. Joker going big on site, able to down the Trench, hitting the stem yet again, but he gets taken out by the Dahlia. All that's going to be left is Drew Whitlock on the runway. Now they need to play for him. It's going to be a Kestrel and a Dahlia looking for Drew. How's this one going to play out? As you can see, Emes, he is checking his corners, making sure that he is not going to be anywhere close. Drew right now, he is in inner, and Drew is going to be hearing this player come around. Now the question is, are you going to win it, Drew? And no, as Drew is only able to land a couple of bullets onto Emes. So, hey, solid plays out of them right now. 4-2 advantage coming in for Right Turtle.
I was going to say, Emes is not being quiet right now. Drew had to know that was coming, but I think just hearing all these steps and rolls and not necessarily knowing where it was coming from, because it was just kind of in a neutral position over to the right, could have come back through sight, could have been on that high ground close by to jump over, just ended up guessing only partially right, not pre-aiming, not ready for the player to be bursting out when he did. I was gonna say initially, all right, they have the bomb down. Does Drew have a lineup? Does Drew have a place that he can stand and get a Semtex on that bomb and force them off? Even just for a moment, but even if he did, I think Right Turtle played that very well at the end, forcing him out, understanding that he is going to be in one of those close positions and getting those kills so early that they could just take their time and clear everything out.
No, you're 100% correct. Emes getting a little aggressive. I thought he was going to go long. I was going to say that's not the best plan because that's how you get Dallas revealed and taken out expeditiously. You see Nash and Joker, they are working that inner area at B, trying to make sure they can get this bomb down. They are targeting Emes. They want to take him out. Fank, though, he drops to Prosper. That's a great nade coming out of him. Emes, he's getting weak from one. See the bounce nade. He's going to be lining it up. Oh, my goodness, but what a bounce nade coming out of Joker from the cut and a full kill coming in from Nash. That is how you trade out a player.
Excellently done. Literally exactly what needed to happen at that point. Had to equalize that number advantage, or the flanks were going to just get abused here. And I think Drew, now the player on flank watch, I think it's the right one to have. Drew obviously has been the last player standing in a couple of these situations, but keeping him there to ensure they don't get wrapped around and surrounded. Very, I think, smart heads-up play. But now disengaging, who's saw him backing up towards B, so he's going to make this hard read, going to make a big rotation, going to do anything he can to slow them down and buy time for everybody else. They're getting caught by these halos, though, knocked a little low, but no one's going to be able to follow up after this, especially with that trophy in the way.
Yeah, you can see now who's that's lining up that molly. He's trying to make sure that nobody is going to be able to take him out, but Nash was already able to get a pick. Molly going to be coming out, trying to delay the plant, and now they got to plant it. Are they going to plant it in the open? No, the molly went away, so they are able to barely plant on time. Now it's just going to be a 1v3 for this Dallas. He's going to get taken out. So, hey, listen, best Kangaroo, they're able to make it as close as possible of a game heading into halftime. 3-4. They are looking very solid.
And I know this map in the past has been defender-sided, excuse me. Would you say that still holds true? Is that just a kind of, and was that like an uncharacteristically kind of close half?
No, I think it is. That's a tough question. I think it is right now still about a 60-40 defensive sided map. Okay. I do typically prefer the defensive side. Yeah, that's a fair bit. So, I do think that they're going to be feeling comfortable down 3-4 heading into this second half. Is Fank going to be pulling out the Phantom? He is. So they're going to have a ton of sensors. This is an interesting comp, just looking at it. Okay. This is a very interesting comp coming out.
That is, that's just Intel City, right? With the Phantom, the Phantom going to be slowing down their pushes, obviously, with the Grievous Wounds, but just having those sensors, having the bow regen, having bounce nades to spam. It is an interesting one on defense. I feel like lacking the Dallas, not something we see as much now. You won't have that Dallas to kind of duel. You won't have the Incense to kind of bully and stock standard effectively. I would say coming out from Right Turtle, they have a Scorch and a Dallas for double the Incen. They have the Dahlia to link with that Scorch against them. I guess that's just because she's the bomb carrier at this point. They don't really value any of the other passives.
Yeah, I think I would have opted to link with the Kestrel and just say, yeah, Kestrel, go ahead and you plant it. They don't have a molly to get you off the bomb, so you don't need to plant with Scorch. Scorch can't have tenacity round one, so I don't know. I'd just link with the Kestrel, but small things that don't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Unless you're sitting at 7,500 after the round, then you're like, well, should have linked with Kestrel. But here we go. As they're going to be pushing this one out, but C4 going to be coming out from Nash as Nash gets traded. But guess what? Emes is going to be revealed, so he's going to get dropped as well. Ooh, but Fank going to get taken out as guess what? Who's that is pushing in with reckless abandon right now. His teammate does drop yet again. He's trying to come get the trade, and he is able to get it on Drew. Now who knows that it's a 1v1. He also has the bomb. Now the big question is, who is going to be winning this one? Is it going to be Joker? Is it going to be Drew? You see he's popping that ult. He's going to lose it! No! Who's that? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so tragic. You can't lose when you got the Scorch ult. He's already weak. You're 100 HP. No excuses right there. Joker able to put him down.
Just hesitated. He got there, popped the ult maybe a little bit too late. First burst comes out for Joker. No matter how much extra damage you're doing at that point, you gotta shoot first. not going to win at that point. Huge by Joker to win that one out. That was a surprisingly close first round. I thought that when Nash went down, they were kind of in a really tough spot, having the Saint be the one holding in that position, having the Saint be the first one to fall. Definitely not what you want to see, but it worked out for them. That C4 trade that Nash had set up was very well done. Without having that trap kind of laid for an aggressive push, I don't think they win that round.
No, you're completely right. I think that Nash just had a nice big brain play. He bought a C4 round one, not having that smoke. That's a really bold play, honestly, to just say, you know what, I'm not even going to have a smoke for the retake. We are just going to straight up be going to war. Now you can see that bomb coming out, but you can't snipe something when you're looking straight through a wall. So he's going to be, not able to down the, what? Who's that barely gets up from the Dahlia res? Oh my goodness. But Jen Dahlia goes down herself, so that's going to be 2 down right now. They're going to be hand-resing in the cut. That player most likely going to be getting full killed, as that bow is going to be coming out, revealing who's that back there. And now they know there's just going to be one player in the back. Prosper, though, he's going to be able to take him out. 2v2 situation now. They got a drone going to Joker, but that's going to be deleted very quickly, and now a 2v2 situation. Who's going to be coming out on top? Nash with the Sahara in hand. He's got to be the first one to challenge. They've only got 14 seconds left. They've got to go now. You see, they pop the stem already. They're able to hit 1 for 96. A player in the corner. He gets taken out, turned and burned. Now it's going to be all about hopping onto that bomb. One's able to get it, and they just got to hold this. Who's going to win? Oh, my goodness, Nash able to take out Who's That for the 2v4 clutch. Best Kangaroo going to be going up 5-4. My goodness, what a play.
There is literally no other way the Best Kangaroo win that round. Prosper had to get a pick. He had the rat play. He was the one who didn't peek and could not pick up Fang. Even if Fang just died, all he had to do was go down. They couldn't stop him. They couldn't actually take the time to go for that res. They had to run straight to that bomb. That would have been a free round. Both teams did the right play, but the pressure really coming in at the very end there. They got it so close, but still lethal aim there by Nash to close that one out. They take the advantage. They're on the better side here, and this being their best map, it's starting to show. They know how to play this one on depth.
Oh, 100%. If we could look at the scoreboard really quickly, that would be awesome. I just want to know exactly who is performing well on this team overall right now. Okay, look, yep, Drew Whitlock at the top, 17 elims, 13 assists, 5 downs to his name. Joker got 13 on his, and they're taking these players out, but he's not able to get the full kill. That's going to be unfortunate. Now a 1v1 situation. It's going to be Kestrel versus Seeker. You don't want to let anyone get revived. He's trying to wide swing as he is able to take out this player. Is he going to be able to get the res? No. He's going to be going straight up for this fight, which I like it. Hits him for 40. That means you challenge. Pulls out the pistol and is able to take him out with relative ease. My goodness, Best Kangaroo. They're looking like the best hopper on the map right now.
What in the world was that round? I mean, that's something you expect to happen in a pistol. That was blink and you miss it. People just going down every 2 seconds. Utility slamming people on this. That was a very, very difficult one to go into here. And looking at this, I mean, Joker fit with 15 downs is having a monstrous performance, I think, on the Seeker as well. Obviously, Drew up top with 16 assists, basically having a hand in almost everything that's been going on the map here.
Yeah, 21 elims. Wow, I was just going to say 21 elims. Yeah. That is a lot of contribution for sure. So he's definitely been doing a good job of that. And, you know, when you are runway, you're not sitting here getting these Seeker reveals and things like that. You're really earning all of your elims. So just big props to him overall for being in the fight and where he needs to be. But a player on the side of Right Turtle did disconnect, and it's after halftime. So that means if that player is not able to come back, we're going to be playing this bad boy out. So unfortunate for the side of Right Turtle. Hey, listen, 3v4 situation. If anyone can make it happen, it's going to be them.
Sure, they just have to play this very careful. I feel like this is one of the worst maps to be at a number disadvantage, though, on the attack, because you can get surrounded so easily. You just see Drew in the distance far back. No one afforded to be able to contest that, and suddenly the pace of the game has changed in an instant. It is a crawl because they just want to talk this out and figure out how they can dismantle what they're doing. But the longer they wait, the less time they're going to have to execute, and all this utility is going to be there and available and in the way of these players when they actually go to move.
I'm going to be honest, I think right now, Right Turtle is just waiting. I think they're waiting for their teammate to get back, so I think they're trying to buy him some time. That way that they don't have to potentially go down 7-6 7-4 in a situation. Yeah, 20 seconds left. They're going to make their play now. So here we go. We got to see exactly how it's going to work out. Joker does have 2 bounce grenades to his name, so he's just going to be waiting, holding off. One player going to be heading to get that bomb down. Nade not going to be working, though. But he's going to get taken out by Drew anyway. Re-down by Nash on that site. So 2 left, but now it's a 2v2. My goodness.
Even game.
It's not over.
They gotta be so careful on these peaks, though. They can't be too wide here. They have to just protect this bomb. It's all they have, and now they're at a number disadvantage once again.
Yeah, exactly. Emes right now, he's trying to wide swing right now just to protect this bomb. It's a 2v2 officially now as that player is full killed. Emes knows he just has to play time. He sees Nash. You gotta win your ones. This is where it matters right here. You already got hit down to 20 HP. You have no stim. You gotta play Ring Around the Rosie at this point. Your sound horn, that's all you're doing. You're just listening for him, making sure that he can't defuse. Just run in circles. Keep running. Don't stop, Emes. He's going to challenge at the very end once he knows he can't defuse the bomb. And I got to say, 3v4 coming out of Right Turtle after not winning 4v4 for a few rounds. Like that props to them for being able to put it together.
You know, that makes me think that their lightning pace just wasn't helping. The first round that they actually sit down and talk about how they want to take it and discuss what advantages they're really going to work off of, suddenly they win that round. Maybe the pace is just hurting them. I know they have a composition that kind of can get away with playing so fast, but just don't do it if it's going to hurt you this way. If they're reacting as well as they are, I expect to see another slow round because they're probably again trying to buy time for Slop to get back in here. I honestly think it's a doable round for them.
Yeah, you can see Joker turned around saying, hey, Drew, listen, man, you got to get down there. Help us out right now. We just lost a 3v4. We were supposed to go up 7-4 on this squad with relative ease, and that was just not the case. Now it's going to be an A hit coming out of Right Turtle, so it's going to be who's that? Prosper, and I believe that is Slop. So Simtex coming out. Not able to get a down with it, though, but Joker, he got taken out, so it's a 3v3 again. This is another winnable situation for Right Turtle. They're able to get a big down onto Fank as well. Is he going to be getting up? He is, but he's going to get dropped and full killed one more time. Snap going to be coming out, and I don't even think they're going to play for the bomb. I think they're just going to play for the kills at this rate.
Yeah, that I would not be shocked if that is the game plan here. They're going to put the bomb down, though, just to at least put a timer on them. Not that it really matters, but they're low over here, actually. A lot of damage. That's 2 for Nash, and suddenly it's a 1v1, but the res comes in on Who's Dat, trying to hold close, cannot stay standing. We're at a tie game. Maybe Slop, number 2 player, dead weight, apparently. They're able to just start thriving as soon as he's out of the game.
Hey, listen, man. I don't want to talk down on Slopadopoulos.
I love Slop, but
exactly. It's hard to say because guess what? 4v4, they lost 3 rounds, and now 3v4, they've won 2. So right now they're looking a little bit better 3v4. Maybe they got to be a little bit more methodical 3v3s. You can't have as much freedom. Everyone has to play their role perfectly, but they've been doing it, and to be able to hit out this A bomb site in a 3v4, like that's unheard of.
This is their anime moment, Rome. They're dropping the weights. The training weights are off. It's all they needed. They've been practicing to play these 3v4s the whole time. And now it's their moment to shine as they go to hit A. Potentially once again, we see a lot of them kind of swarming close by. Drew just trying to get some information that they don't really have with the way that they're currently holding. This A site actually kind of open as these LR-15 shots not going to connect. They're going to be a little bit further back, even getting spammed down with EMPs in the way. This execute now coming in for them as this bomb goes down. Who is able to narrowly survive through both of those subtexes, and now the timer's on.
Wow, that player got out with literally less than 20 HP. I'm not sure why Drew didn't look to wide spam. I guess he thought that the player was still on site. But yeah, that player rolled out and got out beautifully, might I add. So just props to Who's That for being able to get the bomb down yet again. Now we got about 30 seconds left on the retake. You got to stay up here. Joker does down Emes, though. That is massive right there. That is the molly. There's a lot of reasons why downing that player, getting him out the situation is going to be key. But hold on. You see the Dahlia flanking, playing time. Uh-oh. Is this going to be one of those situations? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's going to be so... No, you're not able to see the bomb.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was planted into a place where she could see the bomb, she could wait till the last second, shoot him off the bomb. But, you know, that's not going to be the case here. So 7-6 advantage coming out of Best Kangaroo, winning a round where they honestly should have.
Yeah, I mean, once they got that first pick, I kind of just wrote it off in my head. Even though we've seen Red Turtle come back, it's just so difficult when every player is swarming on the site at this point. And as they are on potentially the map point, the hero returns, Slop, reconnected now, as you can see up top with the team. So we'll see how that pays out, how that pays off for them in this round, if they change anything up here. If now maybe the pace suddenly gets a little bit faster now that they have all the numbers that they need to take some of these fights, but not able to actually stay in, it seems. Already shifted out, so gonna have to keep going. Status quo. It's 66% success rate on these rounds so far, so might be willing to take their chances.
No, you're completely right. Oh man, unfortunately, doesn't look like he's going to be back. I thought he was as well. Got a little bit baited there, so not sure exactly what's going on with him, but you know, a 3v4 situation. We know that Right Turtle have done it before, and they're going to be heading back over to the B bomb site this time. And I think that honestly is the right play. The way that they were able to do that as a squad was extremely impressive. So now we're going to be seeing this slow B push, coming out from Right Turtle again. Let's see if they're going to opt to do it fast or if they're going to be waiting. No, the smokes are already coming out.
Yeah, they seem to know, and they're already chunking down MS over there on the far side. This actually could be a very, very good grenade. It finds MS immediately. MS on that far side, and here's all the intel they need. This bomb will not be going down, and it is all down to Prosper versus the world in a 1 versus 4.
Yeah, and right now, Best Kangaroo, they are looking prime and poised to go up 1-0 over the back-to-back defending champions. And like I said, anything can happen in these situations. So heading into the King of the Hill factory, what exactly are we going to be seeing out of these two squads? Are we going to be seeing Right Turtle come out with some fire, or is this squad in Nash, Fank, Drew, and Joker going to be able to shock the world?
I mean, the fact that they were able to even take them down on this map is honestly a great sign for them, that they were able to be as successful as they were on a demolition. Even it is their best map, it's still a demo, which is where Right Turtle have been very strong in the past. And Prosper just doesn't want the scoreboard to say one more death in his column. He's going to wait it out. And Best Kangaroo will walk away with this map victory. Their gunplay was excellent, though, I think, from both sides. So honestly, I think this Koth coming up has got to be, in my head, it is a toss-up. I have no idea who will be shooting better. If Right Turtle, if they come in angry after that last one, saying, we can do better. You know, we lost Slop. We can win this one. Then they might be winning it. But if it hits them the other way, if they're like, can anything go right? You know, there's so many ways your mental can go after a map ending like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think that based off of the last 10K and how this team had to overcome a ton of adversity, you know, bringing in Hizzy last second, you know, replacing Polza. I think that this squad right here, I think they're honestly ready. I think they can handle something like a disconnect. I think that they'll be okay for this map number 2. But it's definitely going to be all about figuring this team out in the King of the Hill and doing it extremely fast, as you guys are going to see in these beautiful replays coming out. Best Kangaroo was looking on one.
Oh, 100%. I think the way that they were setting up when they were really getting the hang of how Right Turtle were holding, when they were isolating players and kind of winning some of these fights, they were looking fantastic here. And this is kind of the start of the decline here near the end. This was when Who's was going for that push, tried to roll out here, and I think, again, he didn't get the first shot. That's what it was. Joker just shot him first. He didn't have the intel. Joker could have been anywhere in that area. Who's that could only be coming from one direction from the intel they had, and this was that rat play that really had to work out. Fank, look how little health Fank has. Fank just had to hit one more bullet on Fank, and suddenly it's over. Maybe if Who's could shoot Fank instead, but went for the player contesting him. Both of those players could have made a big difference, but just lost in the sauce in the moment, not able to do the exact right move.
Yeah, that was an extremely close situation right there. Like we were talking about, milliseconds is the difference, and you know that can honestly change an entire map. This is where you just do the roam DMV. What would Roam do? Just run away. I don't need a gunfight. Why do that when I can just run in a circle? You know, simple as that, man. Simple as that. Solid plays all around from this squad on this map. I gotta give props to them. You know, if they're going to be coming back in this King of the Hill, I will say they looked extremely good in the King of the Hill that we were able to cast in there their last series. So not
That's true.
exactly sure how best Kangaroo was looking in their King of the Hill, but we're going to see exactly how they're going to be matching up right here, because guess what? We are going to be going to King of the Hill on Factory. Yes, it is going to be Factory yet again. Now, this is awesome. Factory, close range map, close quarters. A lot of interesting compositions can come out because it's really going to be all about comfort picks. A lot of submachine gun play is going to be coming out. We've seen the Mac Dalio work extremely well as well on this map specifically. So I'm excited to see exactly what comps are going to be coming out today.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's going to be similar to last map, but a little small difference in the bans here. I mean, Scorch Vi gone, so less incins, less potential pressure on the objective, no immunity to fire. So if you have like a Dallas runway situation, that's a lot of fire that you're going to have to respect no matter who you are on that objective. So possible there, but I would love to see that Mac Dahlia come out once again, that super aggressive style of play. But like I said, Scorch Vi, those incins out of the picture, that Vile Poison out of the picture, so a little bit less HP on the objective maybe, unless you're dealing with a snowballing Mac that has been holding there strong.
Yeah, and honestly, on this map, I don't see a reason not to go Mac. You know, both Mac and Dahlia both have access to that submachine gun class. So let's say that you love that D40. Guess what? You're going to have 125 HP running around feeling very, very good. So listen, if Scorch and Vi are banned, I'm all for the Mac Dahlia links, along with most likely going to be a Dallas and a Kestrel or a Dallas and a Lancer. So we just got to see exactly which one of those 5 rogues is going to be locked in for each side, what they're going to be opting to do, because there's a lot of good options, honestly, that are still left on the table.
Yeah, in Factory, I feel like this map in particular has been one of the closest in history. I feel like King of the Hill on this map, it's either really tight maps on Windward, where where even though one team gets the money hill, it's a really long hold on D, or it's this map where it is literally just a toss up the entire time and no one knows who's going to win. I feel like this map out of any is always the one that goes to the wire compared to any other Koth map.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We've seen so many comebacks on that D hill. We've seen 100-point comebacks. It's insane. I know that we even saw one, I believe, last week. You know, we just see so many amazing comebacks on this D hill. So, you know, the first 3 is just all about getting that cushion heading into that 4th one, because, hey, listen, if you get squad wiped. Yeah, exactly. If you get squad wiped on that 4th hill, it might be over for you guys, at least that round. So, you know, don't want to get into that situation. Definitely want to get out to an early advantage. Be very comfortable heading into that D hill, because guess what? I could say it a million times. Teams can hold that D hill the entire time.
I think it is going to be a little bit harder to breach into, of course, with the Vi band. I feel like we see a lot of that Vile Poison kind of in that that short hallway that teams do hold into a lot, and that is one way to really deny it on the way in. Teams are going to have to just play off of that single incen, which you can kind of just peek around. It's not as kind of all-encompassing as the Vile Poison is, and you're not going to be giving her an advantage for peeking it either. So comp-wise, maybe a little bit tougher to kind of breach in, making it even easier to make those sort of plays happen here on this Factory once we do get to that last hill. How much of an advantage? I know I feel like Koth maps, we don't hear this talked about a lot, but I feel like teams talk about having the better side on Factory. How much do you think that plays into in an even game actually getting you that win? Because I know some teams really do prefer spawning on one side of the map versus the other.
Yeah, on Factory specifically, this is one of those maps in King of the Hill where the first hill is just straight up on one side. So, you know, one team is always going to have like, it's just rough. So, some starting hills are just a little bit interesting, to say the least. This is one of them. So, you know, this hill is definitely going to be on I believe it is the Bravo team. I believe whatever team chooses Bravo gets to be closer to this first hill. So, you know, we usually see a nice explosive start to the beginning, because guess what? You don't want them to have all that hill time off the rip. Nope. We're coming in. You already got 5 seconds. I'm throwing all my utility right at you guys on every single head glitch, barrel, whatever it is. I'm going to be putting it all on you, and you are going to have to defend it in whatever way you can. Now, who knows? Like we said, we've seen the Mac come out more. Honestly, because of the trophies, I feel like the trophies as well are major in King of the Hill. They could stop incoming mollies, bounce grenades, anything that could really get you out the way on that point. So, you know, I like the situation right now for both of these teams. I'm excited to see who's going to be locking in the Mac Dahlia. If it's going to be either team, I would guess that Right Turtle would do it, since we just saw them do it previously. But we just got to wait and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mac, I mean, obviously on top of the APSs, I also love seeing the light bomb used. I feel like if you are the team that gets Bravo side, if you make it to that hill first, get that light bomb down, now it's almost like, I mean, it's even faster timer, right? Because you have to either go before that thing goes off or just wait it out if you can't actually find those initial picks. Because if you walk in, get flashed, even just one of you getting picked off by that Mac, you're giving them, so much more HP in a gunfight that could work, especially if he's playing cover, playing ahead effectively, makes things very, very difficult for the team that does not have that advantage side. So I think having Mac, if you do get that early lead, if you are going to be the one that, if you're Bravo, then you flip again for the final round. If it goes that far, you could be in a very good spot with that kind of very early presence, getting those kind of locked in and being able to protect yourself with the APSs. It all kind of adds up on Factory. But why do you think teams would maybe pick? You mentioned obviously Dallas. Why do you think teams would lean more towards the Dallas or the Kestrel or the Lancer on this map? Or is flanking? I know flanking can be a big deal on this map. Is it so big that you'd want to commit a player like explicitly to that, or just kind of hold out for a padded step stalk or Kestrel?
I mean, honestly, both options are pretty good. It's just going to be about what you're more comfortable on. Do you want the stim shots that come with the Kestrel and the Dallas, or do you want the flanking ability that comes with the Lancer? The only knock against Lancer is that now with Dallas on the map, she can get revealed. So some of those flanks, you're going to feel like, oh man, you took so much time to go get the right angle, and then you get revealed, so everyone just turns around and looks right at you. So it can be rough sometimes, the life of a Lancer, but on a map like this where it's small, close quarters, I think the Lancer can really, really shine if she's allowed to do so. But I definitely think that Dallas and Kestrel are used on this mainly because not only their bounce grenades and their mollies, but also the stims that they come with, especially with the 7 seconds now that it takes to regen your HP. A stim, you can do it immediately. So, a light stim buff was given essentially based off of, the added regen health delay. Yeah, exactly. The added seconds to that. So that was a major change that these players are honestly still getting used to. It's an interesting change. It's not one that's really been too positive or too negative. It's just been a change, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought that it would kind of bring Phantom to the forefront, but obviously not necessarily happening. We have been seeing her a little bit more than I was expecting, actually, in some of these games. Maybe some teams are catching on that having a team literally sitting there forever is having to hold there all the way on an angle and being able to take your time to push. I think it can help you out. And some teams are agreeing from what we see, and I would like to see a little bit more of that Phantom. I think it could be well suited. Obviously, Sticky Senses for Intel as well, a lot there. Won't be seeing her here, though. It is King of the Hill. Teams are going to be playing those rogues that prefer the respawn. We've already kind of discussed in that style there. But these teams' play styles, in terms of how they were kind of fighting on that last one, do you think Best Kangaroo were just looking hotter in the gunny here, or do you think that Right Turtle? It's so, I know it's so hard to say, but from last game, those close rounds, like even just like that little win that Joker had over Who's with that overheat popped, do you think that we're gonna see more moments like that for Kangaroo?
I mean, it's crazy. Even going back, you look at the 1v1 Nash had when the bomb was down, where Fank was 1 HP and he had to watch over him. That was a big gunfight. Nash won that one. So I don't know. Like, both of these teams are looking extremely locked in gunny-wise right now. So that's a good question, man. That's why I'm not really sure. I feel like both of these teams right now are ready. Both these teams probably feel like they have just as much chance of winning as anyone today. So listen, man, I think that these teams are just going to come in confident, shooting their shots. And listen, man, it's going to be a very enjoyable match to watch for sure, because both of these teams, they have very high aspirations. They both are looking to go to top 3, top 4 seedings at least. So, right now we're just waiting on these players to get situated, get them ready to go, make sure that they are ready. This is the main event. We don't want anything happening, Slopadopoulos. It was unfortunate what happened to him last map. So just want to make sure that he's good to go. Double check everything before we hop into the map. So you guys won't be waiting around too much longer, which won't be that bad.
I can give us, I guess, a quick bracket update since we are waiting for the players to be ready. Justice and so 437 took down Frenchies in the second seeded round of one game. Justice, I think, to the surprise of no one, managed to advance to match up against 437. Bullville and Elevate, that is also going to be a pretty sick game, by the way, on that upper side of the bracket, those two teams going up. And the winner of that will face the winner of 437 versus Justice. Best Kangaroo Right Turtle, as we know. And then Coolin took down, I keep wanting to read their name as Ecosystem. I think it's like E-Cozy Team.
Yeah.
They look like Ecosystem still. Ecosystem now in the lower bracket with Coolin moving on there. And the Lads Phantom Troop actually still going on. So that is a close, that game is down to the wire, apparently.
I'm not surprised.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not surprised. Both of these teams, they have so much passion, so much hunger. There's a lot of
Mhm.
a grudge match essentially with these two teams as well in Phantom Troop and the Lads. So I was extremely excited to potentially watch that one. Sadly, they weren't ready in time. That's the reason we ended up hopping over to Right Turtle. Which hey, I love casting some Right Turtle, but definitely love casting some close matches as well. So I
For
know that
sure.
both of those teams right now, they are absolutely going to war. Neither one wants to be knocked down because guess what? If you win that first round one, at least in that segment of the bracket, you're going to be feeling pretty good about making it to that top 6 guaranteed. So this first series is massive for that squad. And that's why I said, listen, teams are going for that 15th seed in that last chance qualifier. They wanted to get that 15th seed to potentially play against the 2nd seed round 1 because guess what? They smelled blood in the water. They said, they're looking a little bit weak over there. And now, as you can see, it's going to the very end in that series, which I'm excited about. We see the Magdalia being hovered. We see a Lancer over there for Drew. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, guys. Hope you guys are ready.
And then Magdalia will be locked in immediately for Right Turtle here with Who's and Prosper going to be that duo there. And I think Dallas Kestrel, to the surprise of no one, it is a Dallas mirror match on both sides. Kestrel potentially on both sides would make a lot of sense for Joker to lock that in. He has been lethal on that Kestrel. And okay, I was going to say Phantom or Seeker. I'm happy either way. I'd love to see some intel here, but it will be the Phantom. So sticky sensors, grievous wounds, softening people up before they go in. I'm happy to see that being utilized. Ron, before I give it to you to lead us into the game, I will say we have had our first 2 casualties in the bracket so far. In losers, I'm assuming these games either went quick or they just decided they were out after losing in winners. Evil Puppies is out, and iDivine, after that first game, I guess they were just done. And they are out here with French Nuggets and Big Meats moving on already to losers round 2.
Unfortunate for iDivine. At least we were able to see them on the cast this weekend at some point. So, hey, better luck next time to them. Better luck next month. At least you didn't have to, play all day. You could at least go get some food, enjoy yourself, watch some TV, do whatever makes you happy. I'm sure you're going to be sitting here tuned in, watching the rest of this main event, though, that you had a bunch of high hopes for coming into it. So here we go, man. Factory King of the Hill. We're loaded in. All 4 players are on each side. Everyone is looking poised and ready to go. We see a Phantom is going to be coming out on one side along with the Lancer. A lot of variety right here.
Yeah, we're seeing kind of some flex. I mean, Dallas Kestrel, the only rogues the same on both sides, and I do love to see teams kind of bringing their own unique spin to things, and Drew already taking Slop for a spin in the middle of the map with an early pick off there. Still, though, Red, you're right. They had that better side, I think, already kind of keeping this pressure on. The Magdalia so close, trying to get in, but just forced out is Who's, and Drew has been lethal so far.
And there's the Dahlia able to get up Who's That, and they had to re-down him. So it's the little things. Even that, the trophy as well. Like, I feel like Who's That is playing the Mac extremely well. Having that trophy on this side, locking up all of this time for this squad. Right now, Best Kangaroo, though, they were looking extremely good. Honestly, they did a great job on that hill because the Mac, he had control of the site for so long, but they just contested it whenever he was on it. So they ended up not getting too many points at all compared to Best Kangaroo. So now we're looking at a 30-point advantage, and Best Kangaroo already has the rotations. And right now, this is not looking too good for Right Turtle.
Drew is hitting different right now. The way you were talking about, he's always been the best player on his team, and now maybe he's not. He's been looking like it today. Honestly, he has been hitting everything. And there's a 3rd pick in a row for him, just as I say, him on the Lancer. When you need to have your Lancer player, I think, popping off, especially in this Lancer in the meta on King of the Hill, you really need to get value from that pick. And so far they have. But as I say that, of course, I curse Drew. He goes down on that push, and they stop gaining time on this B hill as Right Turtle gain control.
You can't curse Drew. Drew isn't even allowed to curse, man. No, I'm just messing with you. Shout out to Drew.
Disagree,
shout out to
judging by I got some facts in game that strongly disagree to that one.
He's only allowed to type it. That's it. Oh, man. But big shout out to Drew Whitlock, man. He's definitely super young, talented player in the Rogue Company community, really showing that it doesn't matter how old you are. If you are good on the sticks, you will be good to go for tournament gameplay. So, you love to see players even at such a young age, getting into competitive esports. It's just such a beautiful thing that is happening more and more often in today's age.
And you will see how he can hold on in this one. EMS not able to take down Drew here as he goes for a second, but maybe a little eager, maybe a little bit too low to actually take that fight, but just understood that he had to respawn here as that APS gets some value. We already see it deleting a piece of utility coming in. You said it's one of the reasons why we've been seeing Mac. Obviously, the Mac Dahlia combo is good, but the APS is definitely not something you can ignore either. And Right Turtle are starting to bring it a little closer. They're stopping some of the impact of this Lancer. You can see those halos not even really making it to sight there, so they're starting to feel the pressure on Best Kangaroo, and they're struggling to find a way into the C Hill.
Oh yeah, and this is a nice money hill situation for Right Turtle. You know, it's not normally viewed as a money hill, but listen, if you can hold it the whole time, hey, money is money, simple as that, and they're bringing this thing right back to a tie game right now, as it is essentially 80 all. He didn't flash him? Wait a second. Okay, so maybe if you're on the other side of the wall, it doesn't flash you? I thought it was a radius thing, but I guess not, as I am clearly not the Mac player. But who's that right now? He is the Mac player, as he's able to lock down this hill the entire time. Nice stuff coming out of them. They have a 10-point advantage heading into this D and final hill.
You know, Rome, I'm starting to think that any hill's a money hill if you have a Mac Dahlia. If you can just keep getting those kills, I think you can live through basically anything here. But if you're isolated off-site, off the hill, that won't really work out for you. Who's is pulled out and taken out on that far side angle, but there's still a lot of players in the way they're going to have to walk into. Joker caught on the entry again, really struggling to find these openings for his team now as they are sacrificing continuously more time. Now they're not holding on to it. We'll see Slop rotate back just to get some time, and this is the kicking down the door the Best Kangaroo needed.
Oh yes, 110%, and we know how lethal taking over a site at this moment can be on this D hill. We talked about it. Dahlia,
so right.
Is she going to challenge, or is she going to stay alive? Nobody's on the hill right now, though, for the side of Best Kangaroo. Someone needs to get on the hill so they can get some points right now. Someone needs to get on the hill for Best Kangaroo. No, they literally didn't touch the hill until Right Turtle got back to it. What? Okay, like, you have to get these points if you have complete control of the hill. They had 3 players completely dead, and we're getting no hill time. That is unacceptable if you're the side of Best Kangaroo, because now you have to re-break it instead of just holding the site. And Right Turtle, they're taking you out. It's only a down player on. He gets deleted. They just got to finish these kills, and that is all she wrote. Right Turtle going to be coming out with a 1-0 advantage in the King of the Hill, and I got to say, I felt like Best Kangaroo had it.
It felt like it at the start, but they just started kind of falling off, I guess, as the round went on. They weren't winning some of the gunfights that they were initially. I feel like it started falling apart as soon as Joker got disconnected from his team. There was a Halo drone fired by Slop that they decided to... One player held back and waited for them. Joker said, no, I'm going to jump over this box and actually make a dive bomb effectively onto them. That was that big kind of miss in pace, I think, disconnected Best Kangaroo almost for the entire rest of the round. It really never, from that point on, they never felt like they were hitting the site at the same time. We were always seeing some kind of staggered fights, people getting picked off by players on the sides, just never able to recover from just getting a little bit out of pace.
Yeah, it turned into individual plays, and we know that whenever you're trying to do it all by yourself, it ends up not working out, at least against a good team in this situation. And that's exactly what they're going up against for sure in the side of Right Turtle. So hey, right now, who's that? He's got that light bomb in his hands. He's going to be going and putting that down, trying to make sure he's going to be able to flash whoever. Downs Fank as well. Nice double kill coming out of him. And now you can see Right Turtle. This time it's their turn to have control of the hill. So who's that? He is just doing exactly what he tried to do last round. But this time he got started on the hill. So he's going to be feeling very, very solid getting this early. It looks like a 50-point advantage. Wow.
Yeah, they're just already moving over towards B, and MS is actually in the way. Takes down 2 of them. 2 players on that attempted rotation. So... 3 actually on that hold over there. Everyone trying to make it to B, but Right Turtle are already there, and everyone has fallen to this early rotation by EMS. That is brutal, as they're going to push this to a 70-0 lead guaranteed. Finally, they knocked down EMS, but he was a one-man army there, slowing their rotations, and now they have to walk into the Mac Dahlia.
Oh yeah, and that is a meat grinder that is extremely rough to look at. So right now, Right Turtle is halfway there already. They're halfway to victory. And they just need to hold on because this best Kangaroo squad, they are not looking too great on King of the Hill, at least in this round number 2 right now. They looked very solid at the start of round number 1, but who knows, maybe that was just because they got given the first hill, essentially because of the spawns. So, oh man, it's a rough situation right now for best Kangaroo, but they're slowly able to get these points, get these contestations in right now.
Yeah, this is their first time being in the driver's seat in this half, but they can't push and punish that Mac in the back, as now Right Turtle are trying to force them out. Not getting heal time yet because of that early contest, but here comes Fank on the backside. Still, the trades are never positive in their favor. They're not gaining anything out of this as they're slowly bleeding out here, but a big commitment by Right Turtle to keep that hill getting counted up. You can see best Kangaroo already on the move to Hill C. No one really going to be in their way, and now they can see if they'll fare just as well as Right Turtle did. Right Turtle turned around a losing round here on Hill C, but not as much staying power on the Kangaroos.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we're going to need to see a little bit more out of. A nice start there as Drew's able to down Who's That, getting the Mac out the way. Trophy going to be coming out. And another thing that I do want to talk about is that the Phantom, another reason that Phantom is being picked a little bit more in King of the Hill is that currently her sticky sensors, they don't despawn. So it doesn't matter how many times you die, until someone shoots your sticky sensor is going to be on the map. So every time you spawn, if you have 2 of them, you just throw 2 of them anywhere, and eventually the enemy team is going to have to turn around and shoot them. You know, it's just something annoying to have to deal with that we've seen coming out of a lot of these Phantom players.
Yeah, something you have to do. I think one of the reasons why teams do like to run her, obviously, because you might maybe sacrifice some intel if you take her over. Not a Dallas, you'd obviously still want your Dallas, but depending on what you sacrifice, you're going to need some way to make up for it on top of just having that passive. But the last hill is up now. No one in control of it just yet. You can see both teams fairly close by, though. Everyone is just waiting to make a move, and the first ones to strike will be Right Turtle, but it is traded out immediately. So this angle from Who's Dat coming in now with Prosper being aggressive. It's only Fank left against him, Magdalia. No one's going to be winning that one, and Right Turtle counting things up, looking to close out this factory pretty much immediately.
Yeah, and they're doing it in exactly the fashion that you need to, and now they have this D hill, and they just got to hold it. It's all about holding it. Use your light bombs, use your trophies, use it all, because there's 35 seconds remaining in this squad. In best Kangaroo, they need to break this hold at some point, but that's going to be 2 players, 3 players dropping. All that's left is the Lancer. They see her, they find her, they take her out, and just like that, Right Turtle, they are going to be winning this map 2-0. Solid plays all around during this entire one for them. A lot better showing than the first map. Maybe because they had all 4 players. Who knows? But either way, Right Turtle, they're going to be feeling very good tying the series up 1-1.
I know, for following the trend of map number 1, if it was 3v4, maybe they would have won 150-0. Honestly, hey. they were performing pretty clean without it. But no, definitely, I'm sure they were very happy to have Slop there, happy to have that extra fragger on the map and help them win that one immediately. And those gunfights were not necessarily going their way on map number 1, but they still turned it around, recovered in map number 2, and they're well poised going into the demolition up next, I feel, as we'll see in some of these. It didn't start great for them, but they've recovered fantastically over the course of the map.
Oh yes, so 110%, right now. All around, I gotta say that their King of the Hill has looked flawless. They looked amazing in King of the Hill last month with Hizzy playing in the finals, and now they have Who's That, and they look like they aren't missing a beat. He looked amazing in the qualifiers as well. I believe he top fragged for them in the qualifier, the 3rd qualifier that they played during their King of the Hill match that they played on stream. So we just got to exactly see if he's going to be able to keep this continuing forward, because right now we're going into this demolition, and this is where things are going to start to get a little bit interesting, because we're going to Breach. It is a newer map. We got to see exactly how these teams are going to be getting ready for it, how they have prepared for it in the couple months that it has been out. We see the bans already coming out. They are going to be Glitch and Ronin yet again for demolition, so pretty standard rogues going to be coming out on both sides.
Yeah, I think no surprises there in terms of bans here. You can get a lot of info to decide what site you want to hit on this map, because you see some hits come out really fast. So any way you can deny free information or give it other chances to get that from you with the Ronin, all of that, big deal to have banned here. I feel like I haven't seen these teams play on these maps specifically, especially Best Kangaroo being a relatively newer roster, as I'm digging in to see if we have anything told to us by Blue in relation to this. Nope, just talking about map there. Neither of these teams, I think, really excel on Breach, but we have seen Right Turtle, I think, fall to Justice on this map in King of the Hill in the past. I want to say on the Breach as well. So maybe they've picked up a few things. They've had plenty of tape to watch of themselves on this map to find out what their failings might have been.
Oh, you're totally right about that. Right now, it's going to be all about adjusting. Like you said, it's a new squad in Best Kangaroo. So how is Right Turtle going to be looking to go up against this squad? You know, who's that said that right now, hey, look, we don't really have strats. We just say what bomb site we want to go to and we figure it out from there. I don't know if that's going to be working against a squad like Best Kangaroo. They looked poised and extremely ready in that demolition. They looked like they were ready for whatever Right Turtle was hitting them with. And hey, if I'm Right Turtle, I'm not going to be feeling comfortable heading into this demolition. I'm feeling like this is a must-win map.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, I think after that last map, I feel like I got to give the edge to Right Turtle on King of the Hill in general, on Respawn, unless we see a Macdalia mirror, which I think will kind of mitigate some of that advantage that they have. But still, I feel like you almost feel like you need to win a demo, like you said, after how the first one went, even though it was very close. Best Kangaroo really playing confident, very confidently on that demo with the strats they were executing. I feel like even on their slower rounds, they were just finding and isolating players that they weren't really making changes on Right Turtle until mistakes had been made. So they were able to punish that. They weren't, changing stuff up to bait them because, like you said, they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants.
Oh, yeah. No, 110%. And hey, listen, if you're talented enough to do that, listen, it's going to be a good thing, but you got to have some coordination as well. You got to have some type of communication that's going to be working out. I know that he's typically a quiet guy. He likes to just listen to what his team's got to say. So that's going to be the perfect situation when you're filling in for a squad that is so honestly already a well-oiled machine in Right Turtle. When you step in and you realize you got to be the new gear, you just got to do your job. That's all you got to do. Don't try to do too much, too little. And he's been doing exactly that this entire series. So, we get to see exactly how he's going to be filling in on this specific map, what their rogue choice is going to be. I'm not sure we're going to be seeing a chalk, but I'm not sure. Most likely a Kestrel going to be coming out of Who's That on both sides. I wouldn't be surprised at. Definitely going to be seeing a Dallas, maybe even a Talon on this map. I know that Breach Demolition Talon has been a pretty proper pick, as well as Anvil as well. Anvil recently has been coming out quite a bit on this map on offense and even on defense. It's going to be a big toss-up to me. I'm not sure what rogues these teams are going to be choosing, if they're going to be switching it up, throwing us with a little interesting pick. Like, I've even seen Vi come out on this map and all types of interesting picks that players are trying. So players are still learning the meta, attempting new things, and I'm excited to be here for it.
Yeah, I still feel like teams aren't necessarily as ready on this map as you'd expect. With it's been in it for a while, teams have been scrimming it for a while, but we'll see how all of that will be coming to fruition here as we head into map number 3. Like you said, Rome, I think this has got to be a must-win for Right Turtle with how they looked on the last demo. Kangaroos really need to kill the momentum the Right Turtle had, because that was a pretty clean series of rounds there on that King of the Hill.
Oh, yeah, that King of the Hill is one of those where you played it out and it just wasn't going your way whatsoever. And, it can be demoralizing to lose a respawn like that. But, hey, listen, Right Turtle has always prided themselves on respawn. They've always been an elite team, always been top 2 team in King of the Hill since it has dropped. So, and can't say that I'm too surprised that they were able to win that one. And you see already, Drew, he's going to be locking in that runway. As I'm going to be honest, I think we're going to be seeing him on runway unless it's banned.
Yeah, especially on this map, I think in particular, we saw it be very successful. I think you can use the sniper to cover a lot of distance on the attack or on the defense. On the attack, though, you can kind of watch that mid flank that some teams do like to do. We'll see how it pays off for them here. And Talon, first time we're seeing him today, and I do think he's a solid pick. The teams, if you have the lineups, you should be abusing a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right, especially with that new update to Talon, where he's able to reveal fully the player. Even though the dart size did shrink a little bit, that doesn't really matter too much in comparison to what it is able to do now for you. As everyone knows that Talon dart, it is so crucial. If you're able to put it in certain positions where it's not going to be seen and other things like that, then you are going to be in a great position to catch the enemy team off guard. Even though now it does tell you that you're revealed, it used to not, I still like it overall. I like the change to Talon. I don't think that it's too different than what he used to do. So I think it's just something that players are getting used to. They're adjusting slowly.
Yeah, and I think we'll see how much players have adjusted to it on this attack here. I mean, you can still use it to kind of leapfrog, even if you will kind of give away some positioning for them. We'll see how they decide to take this here. It's a far stack over on that B side on the attacker's right side perspective. An early smoke too. This is a quick hit. They're going to be walking right into Drew with a Semtex here. This could be huge, depending if that connected onto who's, but no one found with that one. Now trying to stop the plant with this one here, but maybe a little bit late. Who's that running away? Knocked very low, and Fank has the crossfire, so that is one player down, not the player who's linked, so they're going to have to commit if they want to get that res.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You saw Drew Whitlock. He was walking through that smoke with those two Simtexes, Simtai, if you will. And, you know, Prosper, he's able to take out Drew. That's a big knock coming out of there. No molly for EMS in hand. So if they want to defend this one, they're going to have to do it with all gun. You see the molly coming out. That was a beautiful molly. Nash able to two-tap him down.
Wow.
That gets traded out. Joker takes down Prosper as well. All that's going to be left is going to be the Kestrel in now a 1v3 as the Trench was able to get revived. Best Kangaroo looking very solid. I think she sent the Kestrel at the bomb. Oh my goodness, 1 HP. I wanted to know how close that was. That player had to get on the bomb while a Kestrel actually hit him. So as you can see, it looks like he got hit with a couple of those drones, but wasn't able to get full killed. Unfortunate for the side of Right Turtle.
I did not breathe until I saw that player defusing that bomb. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I was just dead staring. I heard those halos go out. I was like, oh, it's gonna take down both those players that are pushing. That's so smart. And then they didn't take any damage. I'm like, oh, that's even smarter. But still, being able to hold on our Best Kangaroo, and that I think was a round they desperately wanted after how the last map went. Just being able to win the pistol, say, all right, it's demo. We still got it. We still got it. We still know what we're doing on defense, even after a very strong initial attack. We were able to punish those players. They put the wrong person up front to try to get that plant down. And now the attack going to have to go to the other side. They're going to go A, see if they have any more luck here. Kind of just feel out the defense and see what they're working with and how many players they have playing on rotation rather than hard committed to the site.
Yeah, and they already see Fank up there. He's going to get taken out. Gets picked off oh so easily. Oh, man, that is just unfortunate if you are the side of Best Kangaroo, because guess what? That's your Trench. That's a lot of utility coming out. So now you got a 3v4 retake situation. And hey, Best Kangaroo, they've been doing a pretty solid job against a 3v4. But now, hey, listen, they got to do it themselves, and that is much easier said than done. But Drew able to win that one. Gets taken out, though, as that is going to be a returned round for Right Turtle. 1-1 now, going into round 3.
The room up front really feels like such a bait on the defense, because you feel like you have to hold it because you don't want to give them that for free, but if they take the right side, which no one ever really contests, no one contests that lower doorway with the destructible wall. If they go that way and you're up top, you're just dead. But you feel like you have to contest it because that site becomes so difficult. It's a huge catch-22 when actually trying to hold that area, especially if you commit more people to actually win a gunfight that comes to you. I think they're going to have to kind of toe the line on that A site as they go on if they do want to keep playing that way. But for now, looks like they'll go B instead anyway. Same defense style. It's a 2-2 split from Best Kangaroo, and they're going to likely just do, I'm assuming, just an aggressive smoke play. Throw that smoke in the same angles that they can stop. Go to get this bomb planted early. They're not actually smoking this middle lineup here, but they pinch Drew and find him. That's 2 down from Slop. Huge flank right up mid. Not a single eye there because of that 2-2 split, and they abused it immediately.
Yeah, just a beautiful play coming out of Slopadopoulos, knowing that, guess what? These players aren't going to be... What? That is a beautiful Kestrel ult. Oh my goodness, Slop. Wow. He made all the plays right there, coming straight through the middle, getting that easy flank. If they know that the player's going to be playing the alley, you got to keep a player watching mid. They did nothing of the sorts like that, so Right Turtle taking advantage of that. Slopadopoulos able to pattern walk right down the middle with that Sahara, and down 2 players, and Kestrel the third. Back to the next round. We'll see you in round 4.
We'll see how it turns out for them in this round. If they do play it differently, I mean, that was a complete momentum killer. Those were 2 insta Right Turtle rounds. Best Kangaroo really need to change something up here, but it's so hard to call out what that they need to do. It's going to be another immediate pivot. They're just ping-ponging back and forth between sites. Our Right Turtle, but this time no one's going to be forward. They're not going to get punished. They have someone watching mid, so they're making the changes that they deem appropriate here. See what else they do with it. Trench barb down early, not going to be able to push that, but no one's stopping the bomb plant because they have to hold so passively. This gives them a free plant. Now they have to play this post. Fank already taken a lot of damage. This utility from the Kangaroo, I think, has to connect.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, this is the thing. When you have a Talon, you can actually put that Talon dart on the bomb to know if somebody's defusing. Molly coming out. That's a big one. EMS going down to 9. It's taken out by the Molly. And like you said, the utility, it has to land. That's the utility coming out from Joker. Beautiful play. Who's that? Trying to get it down. But no, not going to be able to happen. Is he going to blow up the C4 now that it's already thrown? Yes. Wow. That, like, what? He threw... Oh, my goodness. And now it's a 2v2 situation. Like, I just can't. And right now, who's that? He's able to win the big 1v. Now it's only one left. Is he going to be able to get to the bomb? Yes. Joker barely able to clutch this one up. My goodness. Like, that was such a ridiculous play. Like, who's that? Threw the C4, got downed. Dahlia revived him. He immediately blew it up, and then he was able to down one player that was reviving another for the enemy team. That is such... He was almost able to turn that round around by himself. What a play by Who's right there on that like, wow. The C4 was perfect, but then they downed him from close. He immediately gets up. Boom. See you later. Finishes off Drew,
I think they
downs Nash.
They had to have just been expecting him not to be back up, right? They must have just not expected the Reds to come in that fast. They just thought it was fine. They thought it was a dud. And then they just let it go. They held on. And honestly, 100%. Joker clutched up, but Nash was kind of the reason they won that round because he basically bit onto Who's ankles as he was trying to run away and body blocked him as a downed body, letting Joker get that pick initially. Good play, honestly, by him as we're looking at another B-side hit quick. This is a rapidly paced game by Right Turtle.
Yeah, they are keeping that pressure up, keeping that same momentum that we've seen before. And now you see Joker, he's locking down the middle, as well as Nash. They're peeking it. They understand that they can't give up the middle anymore. And that means that this squad is going to be able to get this bomb down at B most likely without any issues. You see Talon right now. He's using that Talon dart, which is exactly what you have to do to clear it out. And they don't know exactly where it is. Drew, he knows he can't challenge yet simply because that Talon dart is going to be keeping him at bay. Nash able to get a big down and full kill, though, onto Emes. Now you see Drew, he's starting to wide swing. He has another Simtex left. C4 going to be coming out. Does some pretty good damage to him. Who's that is on site. He gets taken out, but not before he can take out Drew Whitlock. He's not going to be revived at all. Is this going to be a 2v4 situation now? This Right Turtle, they're going to have to clutch this one up, and this is going to be pretty difficult. Prosper's able to get one. Drew takes him out, though. Now 1v3 for this Kestrel. How is she going to be playing this out? Is Slopodopolis. He is going to be ulting the bomb, but it might be a little bit too early. He's able to take out the trench. That's one. Hits the stem. There is going to be another one, but no, he gets shot in the back. My goodness. If he would have actually not worried about that player, which I guess he had to because they were getting Dahlia res, but if he wouldn't have worried about that player and just turned, he was actually able to see the guy on the bomb from there. So he would have been able to shoot him off and then been in a true 1v1. That would have been an incredible situation if he would have been able to do that for his squad. We're best Kangaroo right now on this defensive end, up 3-2. Feeling good.
Yeah, they're definitely kind of they're feeling confident. I think 100% after that. Their post plant was actually paced perfectly. They picked off literally one player each quarter of the clock. They just like, all right, fourth way done, we got one. All right, then we got two. They weren't really trading much for it. They were just kind of picking Right Turtle off one by one, and that is just a clinical defense and post plant play. So I mean, it makes sense, Right Turtle. Go back to the site that's working for you. Run back over to A. It is not. It's working for them, and Fank is forward again, but Fank probably hears a lot of footsteps, so he is getting the hell out of there, way back behind A. But Who's is just running him down. I don't think he's going to expect this. He's got to hear it now, but he's behind APSs. Fank isn't turning around. Even after that jumping sound, they are just running in. No one else is here, and now Drew's trying to rotate. All this utility is being denied by APSs.
Yeah, but guess what? You can't deny bullets. As Who's that's going to be able to down two right there. Nash, he ends up finishing himself off. He was cooking a grenade, so when he got down, the grenade just fell, finished him off, unfortunate. And all that's left is going to be Dallas. I'm sure the Who's is most likely going to be going for the plant here, getting this extra money. And yeah, there you go. So you're going to be securing that right there. Right now, I'm not sure exactly who this is. Joker, yeah, he gets taken out, though. 3-3. This one is back and forth. These demolitions have been extremely, extremely close round-wise.
Yeah, these They have been literally neck and neck. Every demo we've seen so far in this set has been neck and neck. And I expect it to continue all the way through with how well they figured this out. But again, it's so tough to match the pace that Right Turtle have. I think you have to just give it up. I think trying to fight them early is a bit of a mistake. We keep seeing it kind of just fall apart for them whenever they try to hold forward. Fank holds forward, suddenly they're running past them, all the way behind them, in the middle of their APSs, to the point where the utility they throw is getting deleted from under their feet, because they're not breaking that utility as they come in. Just a unreal speed that they're going in for, and I think they finally realized it. A is just the way to go. They are not getting stopped or contested here whatsoever. That makes sense now. They're just giving it up way back, all the way. Don't even fight them on the inside, because they're going to be able to break through effectively for free. You have to fight them some other way. Eslop now forced over the corner. Utility traded, nothing gained from either side.
Yeah, the bomb was able to go down, though, and that's going to mean a ton. Now, the question is, does this Dallas still have a Molly? I believe that he does, so we just got to see exactly how they're going to be playing around this right now, as all four players for Best Kangaroo, they are creeping up, making this push right now. You can see Emes, he is going to the back. My guess is because he's got to be the last man alive, because he's got a Molly in his pocket. He's going to decide to throw it into a trophy instead. Interesting decision. And now he's got to fight this out with his squad, and he's all by his lonesome now. And he's got to clutch up a 1v3. He's able to get one. That player doesn't need to get finished. Oh, but he did. Wait, what?
Okay.
I'm so confused. Was that the trench? That must have been the trench that got Dahlia res. Okay, that was the trench. That was the trench. Okay, got it. So, yeah, the trench got revived. He was trying to finish him off, but, hey, before he got down to 0 HP, the trench got up and was able to shoot him back. Unfortunate.
Well done by them. Again, they just, I think they're realizing that they don't need to be contesting them early, that every time they do, it's losing them the round. Just give it up and play for the post. When Right Turtle are not in control of the pace, when they have to wait for Best Kangaroo to come in, they are not playing great. They're just kind of losing some of these gunfights one by one. They're trading people on the way in, but the trades are never all in their favor. We're seeing the pivot in picks here. We're seeing a Talon hovered, but not locked in by them. A very standard comp potentially being locked in from Right Turtle if they fully commit to this, with just a trench to back them up. And still Drew locking the runway, which I think we're going to see probably as long as Best Kangaroo are in this tournament. I think we're going to see Drew locking in that runway the entire time. But Talon and Trench, Dallas and Dahlia, I like the kind of mix of utility that they're bringing on the defense.
Yeah, I like it. You know, double intel coming out, and that can be extremely useful simply because you send Dallas one way, he snaps, and then you have Talon going the other way, Talon darting things out, making sure the players aren't pushing up, and also you can cover the middle with that Talon dart, make sure you're not going to get flanked. So all around, I like this defensive comp right now coming out of Right Turtle. Just got to see exactly how Best Kangaroo is going to be answering back and attempting to push them out, because we know that, guess what, if you're going to be picking a Kestrel on offense, you're going to be planning on some aggressive plays for sure.
Yeah, because you need to use that to kind of aggressively clear those angles, or just save it for, a post-lane situation like Right Turtle we're doing, but we'll see exactly how they decide to approach it. With how Right Turtle were playing previously, I feel like this might be a difficult defense for them. They were not enjoying being pushed into. They were not enjoying waiting. I feel like they might want to be waiting for that post-plant style as well, but someone tries to make a difference. It's Slop holding forward on the Dallas. He goes down immediately. Now, they have this dart up to buy them some information, but Emes cannot hold this. He gets knocked way low and has to disengage all the way out.
Yeah, now 4v3 advantage for the offense. So Best Kangaroo, they want to do this slowly and methodically. They don't want any chance of losing this round, and rightfully so. You see the dart, he's going to be revealing a player. So they're saying, listen, they might be rotating out over to A, and yes, they're going to be seeing a couple. Oh, so close to Emes being able to down Drew right there. That's not going to be the case, and wow, what is this? Especially when it takes so long to regen, this might just not be the play, as they're getting bottlenecked. Prosper downs one. What is this team in Best Kangaroo doing? They've got to push this out together, and they're going to be getting traded out. 2v2 situation now. Who's going to be winning this one? It's going to be Emes, and yeah, they literally just walked into a bottleneck. I am not sure why they didn't just go all the way around. They just said, hey, listen, we're going to play bully ball, and ended up not working out whatsoever. So unfortunate for the side of Best Kangaroo. I thought they really had this round in the pocket.
Yeah, so did I. The way that they started off, they had a free pick, but again, they just chose to push through the only choke that had every single player on the map staring at it.
Yeah.
Tough to realize in the moment because you're getting shot. You don't know why. I think they were just so committed to making a move in that angle, and now the game is tied right back up. Right Turtle has got to be feeling good about that, especially because I don't know how much cash the Kangaroos got, but they're going to be definitely falling behind. I think economically here we'll see. Primary is obviously going to be bought up by Right Turtle after that win, but they might be just a step behind potentially on the Kangaroos.
Yeah, and Slopadopoulos, the other thing is that Slop was not able to get any money this last round. He walked down the middle of the map, ended up getting taken out by a molly and a bounce nade. So I know at least he is going to be struggling for cash for sure. So I think Best Kangaroo right now, they're just going to be pushing out A and try to do it fast, try to get this bomb down to the best of their ability. But the big problem is that they can get stagnant. I feel like with this comp on offense, you can get stagnant just because you don't know too much. You have one bit of intel, and that's really it. So it's just going to be all about winning these trades for this squad. Let's see if they're going to be able to do it right here.
Well, they are going to force out EMS way out, and Slop is with him. So you know you've at least forced two players to disengage. You might be able to smoke off this angle, but they are getting mollied. Only a little bit of damage kind of bought from that, but so much damage traded in response on that attempted peek. But they're still forcing, all these players are kind of playing in the same plane, the same like front line of the map, then they can be stopped on that attempt. The bomb does go down. If they can get away, this could be solid for them. But again, I think this plays into Right Turtle's strengths. Once they can set the tone, once they can walk into you, I feel like they are going to be feeling a little bit better here. Lots of smokes here. Joker, the only one forward, but saved by the teammates. Fank with a fantastic angle in the back, doing damage, but then team down onto Joker. Success in one way, loss in another, but Drew catches Slop on an overextension, and now the numbers are a little bit closer.
That is so unfortunate. He tried to revive him through the wall. He tried to look at him and just do it real quick, but the game didn't let him. It said, nope, you got to really be on him in order to do it. That's just unfortunate. So they're not going to be able to retake this one. So Best Kangaroo, it was slow, it was methodical, and it ended up paying off as they're going up 5-4. And they're going to, man, I got to say, if Best Kangaroo goes up 2-1 series count, like, oh, man, like, Right Turtle does not want to go down to this loser's bracket. I'm saying this loser's bracket is a war. You do not want to go down. Out of all the loser's brackets to go in, this is not the one.
I would 100%. I'm refreshing just to see if we've had any other additions to that loser's bracket, and it does not look like it. Frenchies has moved on, so they could be playing against them. They could be playing against Big Meats. There's a lot of very good teams down there as another dropping on this round. Best Kangaroo have been looking so good on these demos, and if they could just tune it up for the COF, they could end this set on map number 4. If they can continue to play at this pace, they are really kind of on some of these rounds. They're just dismantling. I feel like we haven't seen any super close down to the wire rounds. I feel like it's always one team explicitly in control, and then the next round they just fix whatever mistake gave them that opening.
Yeah, and honestly, that makes a lot of sense. You know, you look at this offensive squad with wow, they're trying to push out the back the same way that they did them, but I don't know if it's going to be working out as 3 players already go down, and Right Turtle, they looked way more ready for that than Best Kangaroo was on the other side when they did it to them.
I mean, it was just a faster rotation. They expected it to happen, right? So they rotated over immediately. Now it's Nash. Revealed and dead. Okay, well, that's a round immediately over. I didn't expect it to go that fast. I thought Nash would maybe take someone with him, but literally wall-hacked and naded with a fully cooked nade already. I don't think it gets any worse than that. They had been figured out right away. Yeah. I like the attempt. I appreciate the attempt, but you can't bring the same tricks that a team's already adapted.
Look at the time from when he was revealed. Like, watch this, to when he blew up by a nade. Like, just watch. He's revealed, and boom. Immediately. Like, Prosper had to have been cooking that nade for a while. Like, that didn't just happen. Like, he was cooking that grenade for a while, got revealed, flipped it right to him, blew him up. Beautiful play coming out of Prosper, man. You love to see the teamwork.
Yeah, and again, you know, that was just a really quick in the moment, like, oh, I found him. All right, he's dead. You know, he was already cooking, just trying to check around with it, but immediate intel given up and Slop. Not playing aggressive, just playing this rotation game, trying to help out over here on this side of the map, and spotting out one player already on this side. I believe that is the Dallas. So maybe not actually giving away too much, but spotting the Dahlia will give him all the rest of the information that I think they need as the Sinsen goes out, forces back Joker. Still not seeing anything in this smoke, and a lot of space on this site now in the hands of Best Kangaroo. But Right Turtle, they're all here. They're all poised to burst back in, and this post plan is not the easiest to pull off.
You're 100% accurate with that statement. But this is the thing. When you have a Talon, anything is possible. I want to know. Oh, there's a player flanking. Oh, wait. This is actually Major Slop is flanking right now. Wait. You can't stretch it. I was about to say, does he know something I don't? I thought you could stretch that for a second. I was about to say, okay, Prosper. But as you can see, Joker, he's going to be getting down on who's that. That's going to get revived, though, as he is the Trench. Then they're going to be able to down 2 more. Fank and Drew. Nash is able to trade one out. And who's that's 3v2 situation now. Now down to a 2v2. This thing's going crazy as Emas hitting him with the C4. Now down to a 2v1. Player in the back of the map. They're looking for him. He got the revive, though. Are they going to be able to defend it? Are you going to be able to stop it? Looks like no. Best Kangaroo was able to take him out. So they didn't have somebody on the bomb, I believe. Nope. I think he got taken out, I believe, at the very end.
Yeah, I think they just were trying to be too aggressive, lost a player, then realized that no one went back for it. They were relying very heavily on that flank by Slop. He was all the way around the back. Nash takes down one. 180s, takes down Slop. You got to win that fight, but I think there was just too many guns there, and this game stays at a 1-1 back and forth. So, just literally so back and forth. I'm happy for the adaptation by them, though, that they recognize that they're just waiting back there to punish the aggression. And now, I think the Kangaroos, Best Kangaroo, have to stay one step ahead once again. They're going to have to think about what Right Turtle are going to do next, because you know they're kind of playing it all in the moment. As we see Drew at the top of the scoreboard for Best Kangaroo. 20 assists. All over it. And look at that cash gap from that runway too that all those assists gives you. He's at 113K.
Yeah, and just like that, they're able to take two players out immediately. And Drew, is he gonna get caught out by this player? No. Oh, he already downed him. Never mind, he's good to go. All right, so just like that, they are able to get complete control of the B site, and they're gonna be planting this one in the wide open. Backing up, now it's going to be a 4v1 as Fank is able to take out who's that as well. Prosper wins the 1v1 against Fank, and now he's got to go defuse a 1v3. It takes about 20 seconds just to run over alone. So, hey, I hate to say that Right Turtle is looking at a 5-7 situation, but they're looking at a 5-7 situation.
I mean, I never want to count Prosper out. If there's any player I don't ever want to count out, it's Prosper. But now I think, now it's safe to count him out here after Nash wins that one. Nash is on fire. I mean, the fact that Nash was the first player there, honestly, pretty much sealed the deal. You knew he was going to end up winning out in that gunfight. Now they're one away from having an even bigger gap of a victory on a demolition with Slop the whole time, so no excuses here for Right Turtle. You know it is a dead even game, and they are just, again, figuring out that's 3 more elims for Drew. So in 12 rounds, he's been a part of 23 eliminations. That is one hell of a stat, and he is definitely showing up here today for Best Kangaroo.
Yeah, that is pretty incredible, man. It is insane when you got 8 more elims than your age. Like that is that is pretty impressive to say the least. So big shout out to Drew for being able to have 23 elims, only 15 years old. My goodness, what a talented young kid he is. Definitely going to be interesting if he's going to be able to make it to land. So, you know, who knows, man, with these teams, what teams are going to be forming, trying to qualify next month. It's going to be so much fun to witness. Oh, man, Tenacity going to be saving Emas's life right there. Talon Dart coming out for the start of this retake. They're going to be able to reveal a couple players, but guess what? That Talon Dart did, I believe, get shot. No, it's still up there. So all the players have backed up. That is good intel. Still, no intel is intel, so they know there's nobody close. So he's not going to be able to retrieve the Talon Dart as it did land on top. C4 going to be coming out, but he gets sniped by Drew Whitlock with the peek. Oh, that had to be a clean headshot coming out of Drew right there. They're able to down another player. That's going to be the Kestrel. I believe she just went down, though, so she's not going to be able to get Dahlia revived. Drew gets flashed out, but Drew's able to take out who's that? He full kills him as well. Oh, my goodness, Drew! Drew takes out Slopatopoulos with only 10 HP, and that is just unacceptable. And Best Kangaroo will be accepting their victory, taking the 8-5 win over Right Turtle in map number 3.
they were putting on so much pressure, and they didn't leave a single person behind to defuse. There was a gunfight, I mean, it was going dead even. Drew obviously should not have gotten 2 kills. That's just not supposed to happen. Wow. But even then, as they got to the time where they're like, all right, we stabilized. The bomb was exploded. It was already too late. They left no one to do the objective. Send one person back. You're causing chaos. You're making them fight you. You can at least win the game in the process.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if it was miscommunication, what it was. There is zero reason that Drew should have won that gunfight. I am sorry. Whew, man, and to do that on slop, man, what a gunfight right there to finish off an incredible map, an incredible showing all around for this best Kangaroo squad. And hey, you gotta say, listen, if it's gonna be one of their best maps that they do play on as a team, you know, you got to be able to look as clean as they did here. I got to say right now, on the first half, I thought that Right Turtle had it, man. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that they were looking extremely poised on the offensive end, and heading into that defensive side, everything just flipped on their head, and Best Kangaroo was able to come out on top in incredible fashion. And I think it all started off with this one right here. This was really like an interesting round right there. After that one, it was all uphill for them. Honestly, it was all uphill for them. This is a beautiful nade coming out of Prosper, and I believe that was the last round that they got. Yeah, it was. And so, man, after that, just a beautiful play. As you see, Emes, he's not able to win the 1v2. Well, he is able to win it, but sadly they were not on the bomb. At least his teammate wasn't, so, you know, they weren't able to defuse that one. But he's 100 HP versus somebody that is literally less than 10. That is, and he didn't even hit him. Like, man, I gotta say that is an incredible highlight out of all the ones we've seen today. That one might be number 1 for me. That would have been insane from Drew's POV. I just want to know how many headshots he had to have hit right there. That was impressive to say the least. These are definitely the best players in the world. I see people in the chat saying, wow, these players are so freaking good. Yes, they are. There is a reason that they are sitting here playing for this $10,000 prize pool. These are the best players in the world for Rogue Company for a reason. I got to say, big props to them for putting on a show today.
Oh, yeah, and making it this far in after all the qualifiers to get here, now in the main event, now getting stressed but still performing. I'm sure Right Turtle are feeling the pressure. Even as they return to the game mode that they looked very solid on, and they return to the same bans of Scorch and Vi, eliminated once again, they are not in a great position. If they win this one, they go 2-2. Now they're going towards the game mode that they have not been able to win yet in this set. Yeah, they had obviously a great performance in set number 1 against, you know, a much lower seeded team, but now that the heat's on, they are just struggling to end these rounds cleanly. Something is always missing, I feel like, in these rounds that they lose.
Yeah, exactly, and they're going to have to get it together and get it together immediately, because they are going to need to win this King of the Hill if they want to see the next map. So I guess that the good news is for both of these teams is that, hey, they've played at least on this map before, even though it wasn't on King of the Hill. They both played Demolition, and guess what? One was an 8-0, one was an 8-1. So, you know, both of these squads feeling comfortable on this map, even though it's a different mode, still the same map. So at least you get that comfortability heading into it, those good vibes. So we just got to see who out of these two teams is going to take advantage. I feel like the first round of King of the Hill is such a big decider. You see the bands coming out, Vi and Scorch, going to be the most basic King of the Hill band, so not really a shocker coming out there. So we can see these teams go on to their Kestrels, their Lancers, their Dallas, and their it's going to be very basic compositions coming out of what we normally see. But this is the thing, when you have players that are this talented doing it, it's just going to be at such a high level that it's going to be absolutely incredible to watch.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see maybe Drew still continue to rely on that runway here as well. I think you can get away with it. Yeah, I know it's King of the Hill, but I think you can get away with it because you can just double up on that utility in the map. Being so much bigger, some of these hills being a little bit more open and having longer sight lines, I think we might see him go back to that because they're just winning when he picks it. I mean, it really is as simple as that sometimes. If you're on a roll, you just keep going.
No, you're right. You're right. Maybe he might pull out the runway. I think we saw Pixie pull out the runway earlier in the last month. He was sniping in King of the Hill on Windward. He was showing that, listen, you're able to do this with the sight lines that are currently there. You're able to snipe if you can hit your shots. And, you know, maybe we'll see that today out of Drew. Not exactly sure what we'll see, but I'm sure that he's going to be feeling very comfortable on the runway as he looked very solid on it last map on Breach. And like you said, Best Kangaroo, they are up 2-0 in the demolitions on this squad in Right Turtle. That is pretty shocking. Is Right Turtle going to hold true to their namesake and continue to be a King of the Hill dominant team? They're going to have to be right now. This is going to be a very, very good one.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I saw this map in stats. I'm just going to scroll up really quick just to see Windward. Right Turtle, this is their best demo map and their overall best map. So win rate wise, they got to be feeling confident heading into this map in particular, just compared to the opposition. And looking at Kangaroo, they don't have this map, at least in their top 3. So again, stats wise, you got to lean towards Right Turtle, especially after how they performed before. But again, I feel like if the Kangaroos control the pace, right, once they get on that objective, once Right Turtle get in, I feel like they continue to roll and they're really hard to stop. But once Best Kangaroo are in, they really set that tone, and Right Turtle are really struggling to kind of breach once things actually get kind of locked down.
No pun intended there with the breach. Interesting.
We're going to win. We're not going to breach.
Right. Just finished on that one. But hey, listen, I got a couple of bracket updates for you guys. Just really quickly. So we're loading into Windward right now. Just Us, they were able to take out 437 EU, and they will be moving on. And then Phantom Troop, the second seed, they were able to take out the Lads. And that means that Phantom Troop with Abe and company will be taking on Coolin with Elvin and company. So Elvin and Abe going to be clashing it out down there in the winner's quarters. So that's going to be a very, very interesting situation there. But as we're going to be getting into our high-octane action right here, right now, Windward, King of the Hill, 2 of the best teams in this tournament. This map means a ton.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they could just close it out here, they are going to be feeling very confident about the rest of this. If they can say, hey, listen, we lost that first respawn, but we can take it to you. But they're playing the same composition. This might be a better map for it, having that Phantom and that Lancer here instead. More the Phantom so than the Lancer. But it's Mac Dahlia on the other side. It was so successful on the first time they got around here. I'm not sure why Best Kangaroo are so pushed away from it, why they're so not willing to bust it out and play this kind of easier snowball comp.
I think it just has to do with comfortability. I feel like in King of the Hill, you see even Drew Whitlock. I believe he was hovering the Lancer. I think he did lock it in. He played it last time. It didn't work out. They got 2-0'd. But guess what? If you're comfortable on Lancer, play Lancer. It's just that simple as that. When it comes to King of the Hill, play whatever is going to be comfortable for you. If you're most comfortable on Dahlia, then have somebody on your team play Mac. That way you guys can really use that to your advantage and have something out of it other than just playing Dahlia just to play Dahlia, linking with a Kestrel maybe. You really got to play around your composition and to the comfortability of your players. So, you talked about that sniper. Looks like the Phantom might be having it out this time. She might be pulling out a Nightshade or a Sahara, something a little bit different. But, hey, who knows what we're going to be seeing from this Phantom. Might be seeing a little bit of sniper action.
Yeah, I'd love to see that here, but okay, immediately the fight breaks out here. Attempted push onto them. Both sides have 2 downs each. The first one to touch that will be Right Turtle. The Mac holding close, light bomb here. If they try to breach, they're going to be walking right into that flashbang. So they're not really willing to go in, but they had a great angle for those Halo drones, that Kestrel ult on that side. But in getting that, they trade 1 for 3, make that 1 for 4. Everyone on Best Kangaroo is stuck on the respawn screen with only 25 seconds left.
Yeah, and EMS right now, he's already going for those spawns for the next hill. He realizes, look, we already got the scrap time. I'm going to rotate around with my Dallas snap, make sure that we are good to go. He's going to be heading down here, coming up right behind. Who's that trying to support him, who's already on the hill? Who's that does get taken out, though? You got to win this one. And EMS is barely able to win that one on Joker. My goodness, 1. Yeah, I was about to say, could not have been any closer right there. My goodness, but they are going to be holding this one for a while. They're going to be ziplining right now. Is Drew going to get stopped? Yes, he is, but not after taking out another player. Who's that? Still locking down this site as this Mac. We've seen him do it before time and time again. You see where the enemy team in Best Kangaroo are going to be spawning out. They are spawning out so far right now. They're just going to be setting up for next. But this is the thing, when you're setting up for next and you're literally already down by 60 and there's still 40 seconds left on the remaining hill, You're looking at a 110-point deficit heading into, like, that is just not, in my opinion, ideal whatsoever.
Yeah, no, not even close to it, but they just can't contest this Mac. I mean, he downed 2 of them with a frag, got the next one coming off the zip, and now they're just so far away, just playing for this money hill, but they have to get that and most of D afterwards, so they are just not in a good position, losing a vast majority of the gunfights that are coming their way, and now playing for this zip flank is EMS right now. Caught up pretty early and getting pushed by this Lancer. No one really able to help other than who's dead on this crossfire. And he's going to just commit over. Hill is up here now. Drew is close by. Can he get the second one? Crouching caught out, though, by Who's Dat. Great timing by him, who's now just going to look to deny maybe some spawn rotations. If they come back here, he can at least stop that or catch them up at Fank. Smart already looking back here, catching Who's Dat with that Peeker's advantage now and rotating back over to keep that hill held. I mean, at best case, they walk away from this with, like, what, 70, 77 points, and then they still need to have a great performance on Hill D.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was talking about. You could be putting yourself in a hole that you probably can't get out of. We got to see if they're going to be able to right now as Nash with the Sahara. You know, I figured that the Phantom would probably be using the Sahara if she's not going to be sniping. The Sahara right now is the gun of choice. The accuracy, it feels a little bit like a KA-30 right now, so, you know, teams are starting to opt to use that weapon instead, and my goodness, they are running into the meat grinder. Yeah, I was gonna say Nash, he might need to pick up a weapon pretty soon from somebody. What's exactly gonna happen right now? He is gonna get mollied out. Is he gonna get taken out as well? Yes, he is. Slopadopoulos able to secure this time on this hill. The final seconds of scrap time heading in to this D hill in the middle. So it looks like this squad and Right Turtle, they'll need 37 seconds on this final hill in order to secure it. And if you're the side of Best Kangaroo, you got a long way uphill.
You're going to have to hold for a bit of overtime maybe, or at least pushing together. Very well done, actually, with this double swing up top to win this fight. Now it's just Nash holding on, throwing out a frag there, but just a little bit too far to catch Slop, and really got to rely on Nash here. They cannot win that one. Huge peek by Nash, tough by Slop. I think they really needed to dislodge him. This molly will do wonders, actually, forcing Nash out into the open, and then Prosper coming from up top as well. Very important. Who's Dat? The first person that they have to fight, but it's a Mac. He's going to have an advantage in that one, and that's every single member of Best Kangaroo respawning, trying to find a new angle of approach, and revealed courtesy of this Dallas here. This light bomb in the way will make them wait even longer, and they're strapped for time.
Exactly, only down to 15 seconds left. You see the trades starting to come out. But guess what? We are going to be most likely going to sudden death if they're able to break it right here. They're able to get 2 down, but that's not going to be enough, as last is going to be the Lancer alive. She is not going to be making it on the site in time, so that is going to be a solid start for Right Turtle. Yet again, this Mac is looking extremely good for them in this King of the Hill.
Yeah, 100%. It has been something that, I mean, it worked great for them last time, working great for them here, even though the map is a little bit longer ranged. If you just play angles that force them to come to you, you get the maximum value out of it here. As Fank, top performer for the Kangaroos, both Dallas is actually the top performers for their teams, and I think that tracks. All of them are getting a lot of limbs, they're getting a lot of resets on their ability, and their intel has been very crucial for their team, being the only intel ops on both sides. Still want to see
exactly.
Other than Phantom, kind of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Phantom does have the
bit.
sensors, so I'm sure the Phantom is gonna be throwing those things left, right, and center. Oh, what a nade by Prosper to be able to get that first blood in this King of the Hill round right here. That Semtex is not Drew. Okay, so it's little things like that you just have to naturally understand about the game. So a Semtex, you can't throw it directly through that bar, like if you're standing against it. Like, even if the line tells you it'll go through, it just doesn't. Like, it just sticks to the bar. So unfortunate, but a learning experience nonetheless. So, you know, right now, Right Turtle, they are going to be getting control of this first hill in the first 55 seconds of it. So yet again, another start, essentially the exact same start that they had to the last round. So are they going to be able to hold it this time? Looks like Joker's trying to change up that fortune a little bit as he's playing for these spawns. He was able to win a big 1v1. Now, is he going to be able to take out this player that's about to hit the zip line? That's the big question.
doing decent so far. They had something set up here, but already losing Drew. It is a 1-for-1, 2-for-1, though, against them now. Not watching this flank slop, I feel like, has been surprising them every time he peeks out. I mean, the zip line, they weren't expecting him to be coming that way. Now on the backside, they're not expecting him to be flanking, and now these hills are just ranking up once again. The way that Right Turtle plays, it just plays so well into King of the Hill. It is just their game mode here. Though, as they get 3 downs, they still manage to hold on with Slop. Staying strong, Bounce Nade a little bit ambitious, as now they are able to, on the Kangaroo side, get this hill back under control, but the utility, the wave of utility is starting to come in with Nash knocked down. That's 2, 3 in this fight for Prosper, running it in, cleaning up Nash, and just dealing with Drew a mile away.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And now they got to look to move on to this C hill. Those rotations have to start coming out. You see a player for Right Turtle already took the zip line. A little trade going to be coming out in front of this hill. And you see, ooh, this is an interesting play. I believe this was a Kestrel taking the zip line to the very back spawn on the other side. Not sure who that was. That is Drew, actually. I believe that is Drew back there, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody's hitting a flank right now. That's all I know. Not exactly sure who it was, but hey, we're going to be finding out shortly. I think it was actually Drew that took the zip line. It was somebody. There is somebody else trying to take the zip line to the backside. So yeah, that's another interesting play that's been happening more and more, is that players are using the opposite zip line to try and get control of this of these spawns. But the only issue is that it's a bottleneck. If you take that zip line, you have to go through this tiny dark archway. You see Drew is just waiting at the other end, and he has either a D40 or a 24S in hand, and oh my goodness, with the help from his team, is able to take him out. I wasn't sure if Slop was going to be able to win that, but yes, with the stim shot in hand, they're able to make amazing things happen. Slop, he's able to down another. Man, Emes, this squad just took over this hill in beautiful fashion. My goodness, and now they're going to only need 25 more seconds after they get all this scrapped on.
And Emes is doing so well, just, oh my god, getting Nash so low for Who's to clean up on. Great aim by him to kind of clean that one, as we're 12 seconds away from Hill D, as Right Turtle are continuing to climb up their time. Slop catching Joker on a flank. He would have been catching a great angle, I think, on that you want to attack D from. And now that's gone, and Drew also falling. No control over this courtyard, and no control over the hill from anyone. Slop will be the first to go down, but continuously these trades are going in favor of Right Turtle now that they have the Mac on the objective. Light Bomb likely going down with only 20 more ticks needed. It is not looking good for Best Kangaroo. I think this fight on Drew on the side might be the most important one, but Slop wins it. There's the flank gone. Here's the push out, and only 10 more seconds for Kangaroo to burst in.
Exactly. So this one's looking like it's going to be all Right Turtle for now, and you know what that means. If that's going to be the case, oh yes, it looks like that is going to be the situation. Okay, guys, so we're going to a game number 5 now, and that is going to be on Palace Demolition. Oh man, this is going to get very, very spicy. We already talked about how close Palace Demolition the rounds can be. There's so many amazing plays that you can make on this map. So I gotta say, I'm excited, but before we jump ahead of ourselves, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these replays from this one, because guess what? This was an incredible showing yet again in King of the Hill. 2-0. This squad, they haven't taken a round loss yet in King of the Hill, and I don't know if they're going to be taking one all day, but guess what, Kresnik? Demolition wins championships.
It does. Used to not be able to say that, but now you can. It is all on that demo. If you are the better demo team, you can win every set, even if you lose every single King of the Hill. But it's still nice to have that advantage, right? Turtle usually are just playing off that as an advantage, not so much as the only map type they win. We'll see if that changes. Map number 3, but look at this nade. So perfect. Both of them coming in. Prosper getting them so low, and he gave it a shot. He gave it a shot. Suspended in motion. The Semtex takes down Drew.
Semtex just standing in midair, just like, wait, what? That's one of those situations. Oh, man. But, you know, that's something that you will never be doing again, most likely. You live and you learn. It's all about that situational awareness. Simple as that. So this squad right now, they've looked extremely solid in their King of the Hills. And right now, Right Turtle, they're going to have to put it all together in one final demolition. They're 0-2 right now in the series, in the demos. But guess what? We're going to a palace, and they have seen
Mm-hmm.
a lot of success as a team on this map in the past. But how are they going to be faring up against Nash? I know that Nash, like I said, he loves this map. He says he's got this map downloaded. He said he's got this map
That's
on the back of his hand. He's good to go. He's good to go. And I'm excited to see if they're going to be able to yet again win another map against this squad. We talked about Hollows, and they were able to pull that one out. And then we went to a Breach. They were able to pull that one out as well. Now we're going to be going to the world famous map of Palace. It's brand new. It's so beautiful. It's so peaceful as well, but can get so chaotic. So I am extremely ready for this one to go down. It's going to be an intense game 5. And I got to say, I'm asking for a 7-7. I don't know if it's going to happen, but hey, listen, if we get a 7-7, I'll be extremely happy today.
Well, definitely. I'd love to see it here. I'm excited to see this Runaway duel that I think is going to happen. I feel like we've seen Runaway a lot on this map. I think we're going to see maybe Slop versus Drew, and that might be kind of like the one we're looking at all game. I feel like those duels across the map, because it is so wide, and if you control those angles from rooftop to rooftop, from side of the map to side of the map, you own the map. You just own the map, and you deny so much from either side. Both sides want full map control, as opposed to just being able to win by just holding one side of it.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. Palace is definitely one of those maps where if you're on offense, you say, okay, cool, let's go B. You guys all push B. You guys get control of the site. You plant the bomb. You're like, good. Then all of a sudden you turn around and there's 2 people flanking you. You're like, oh my goodness, wait, we didn't realize that it wasn't free as we thought. And then you're sitting here down tremendous. So we just got to see exactly how these teams are going to try to get that complete map control. We see a lot of times teams leave one player designated on the flank, things like that. Not exactly sure what they're going to be opting to do, but like you said, I'm excited to see the Drew versus Slop show. I'm expecting it to be extremely, extremely fun. Runway's banned. Don't tell me.
Right. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. I didn't listen. I didn't look at the chat where they tell us before I said that. I didn't mean to hype you up like that. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Runway's banned, and Right Turtle did it, and I get it. It's been huge. It has been huge for them all night. And I think them getting rid of it now, you force Drew off the comfort pick. What he's been playing in 8s apparently literally all the time. That is a bold play, but it does open up Glitch for Nash.
Exactly. They fell right into the trap. And I'm going to be honest, I would rather play against, especially on Palace, I would rather play against a Drew Whitlock where I know that I have Slopadopoulos on my side than say, okay, Emes, go ahead and try to out-glitch Nash when Nash is known as being the best glitch in the game for competitive. It's like, I don't know how that's going to be working out. Now, listen, I am all for banning Runway. She's out of here finally. Drew, I'm sorry. She's gone. I got to say, I'm all for banning Runway against Drew Whitlock. This is the first time today where we've seen a target ban come out saying, look, we're going to ban this rogue based off one player playing it so well. And that player is a 15-year-old named Drew Whitlock. So he's already getting target bans. He gets the first one of the day. They're saying, listen, you're going to have to beat us with something else. And I respect it because guess what? And even in ELO 8s and things like that, people immediately ban Runway away from Drew. They just say, listen, we're going to play either Ronin or Glitch. It's fine. We'll just keep that rogue away from you. You're not going to be getting those 2 Semtexes, those 2 Semtai every time, if you will. I don't know why I like calling it that. It sounds cooler that way. I think I'm going to stick with that Semtai. I like it. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting seeing this glitch on the map now and how it's going to be playing out. Emes versus Nash, I would assume, would be on the glitches. So anything could happen in this one.
I mean, correct me if I feel like if you're going to let glitch through on any map, this one might not be as bad because it is so wide, right? I mean, I guess you could put the glitch in the middle and get some info that way, but I feel like the map is so across rather than, long and tight. I feel like you can kind of get away with sneaking around him, or at least not giving away as much value.
But the glitch can get away with sneaking around you. That's the thing. If the map is so big, the glitch has free reign. Like, I know playing glitch on Palace is one of my favorite rogues to play for sure on that map, but it's banned like 95% of the time, so we don't really get to use it because it's just that good. You can go up so many alleys. There's about 4 different alleyways that you can really go in to dodge the other enemy glitch. And if you don't see anyone on your radar, you're good to go, get in their spawn, down a player, and then play for your life while your teammates are pushing up. There's just so many plays you can make with glitch overall. It just takes away the anvil choices. It takes away a lot of things that you can do. Also, glitches hack it now delete Saint drones. I remember it used to not delete Saint drones. Like, it was just like a random thing that I just thought it was part of whatever. But hey, they changed that to now, guess what? Glitch, it hacks Saint drones as well. So anything in that radius, it is going to get absolutely fried. So I'm excited to see this. We finally get Glitch back on the board for Demolition. He's banned so much, but guess what? It's only going to be Ronin and Runway out the lobby this time. So here we go, Kresnik.
I do want to see him. Before he was meta, he was one of my favorite rogues to watch. I loved the methodical, you have all the info in the world to make every choice correct that he gave you before. And obviously they gave him some buffs that put him, a little bit higher up, with the way that you can pull it out after doing the hack. That was forever ago at this point, but that's how long I've been hoping to see Glitch played a little bit more. And now we will be seeing it on maps other than High Castle Attack. That used to be his grind. I do remember casting quite a few Glitch plays on that. I'm happy to see it here on Palace back in the rotation. Before we get into this, I will give you guys a quick update for the bracket. On the upper side of the bracket, we have the semifinal set, Justice and Bullville. So Bullville took down Elevate. Seeding upset, player upset, maybe not. I think the roster that Bullville have are pretty solid. That was I'm sure that semi was almost just as contested as this one has proven to be so far.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Looking at that matchup, Elevate, they had a lot of high aspirations coming into this, but now they're going to need to battle it out in that loser's bracket. And we get to see if Bullville does have what it takes to go up against a squad like Justice. We know that Justice, they're the number 1 seed coming into this for a reason. And yeah, here we go, guys. Here we go. It's going to be glitch on glitch. Brings a tear to my eye to see it. You love to see glitches on the map. He's never gets to see the light of day, man. So it's nice to see Glitch have his moment for once. And at the hands of Drew Whitlock, I got to say, Glitch is here because Drew is so good at that runaway. And anytime that's the situation, just props to that player overall. So big props to Drew Whitlock.
Yeah, for sure. For getting the first target ban of the tournament, and I'm sure not the last, as teams go a little bit further and kind of realize how they need to play around each other. But I think it really helps to have more than one rogue specialist on your team, because it does really open the door for yourself. Like we're talking about with Nash now having this glitch to play around with as they start on defense here on the final map of this series. No matter what, Best Kangaroo are probably feeling, they're starting on offense. Best Kangaroo, had to see the names first there. But they got to be feeling confident about this. They've won every demo to this point. They've only been getting better at it as they've gone through. You can already see Nash kind of lurking over by the B side of the map, trading some damage, or trading some shots here by A, but nothing gained quite yet. Just a little bit of poke and only a little bit of information.
Yeah, and I think the info right now for Nash on the offensive end is that, listen, if you already see a glitch long at A, you can just rotate over to B. Nash is already there. All right, so that's exactly what I'm saying. Nash is already close up at this little box. Is he going to be able to take out a player? No! Oh, my goodness, that is tragic. You got to be able to take one with you, Nash. That is just so unfortunate. EMS going down to 4 HP. They're going to need to cause some havoc right now. Fank trying to take out a player. As Slop, he is down low, looking for action right now. But 2v1 up top as well. This is just not looking good whatsoever for the side of Best Kangaroo.
Very difficult for them. I just don't think Nash knew the 2 players were there, but just didn't, I guess, expect to have to take that 2-player fight here. As Drew now goes down, it's all down to Joker, and he will not be able to hang on. Even though they got that bomb planted, it will be cleanly defused, not a death, and that is the exact start the Right Turtle needed. They have probably not been feeling too hot about their demos. They needed to win a pistol.
Oh, yeah, big time. That was definitely a big win out of them. You see EMS already has 3 downs on the glitch, and I gotta say, Nash, he was able to make the nice play on the glitch already, getting up onto that B bomb site. But guess what, man? That's exactly what I mean. If you can't finish the play, then it almost feels like you just should have backed up and played for the bomb or something different, because guess what? Getting down right there's no Saint drone connected to you. You only have a Dahlia on your side. Or excuse me, there's a Saint drone connected to you, but the Saint had already gotten taken. Saint drone had already gotten taken out. So things like that, you just have to keep account of, and all that. So solid round out of Right Turtle overall, coming back over to this B site. Who's that's going to be setting up these trophies, making sure those smoke grenades can't go out and cause some havoc.
And any control they can get, if they can get those APSs in a good spot, I think you are right. It will be pretty important here. Nash immediately finding Slop just on his own and isolating him and picking him off It's doing better with the intel on that side. Slop was able to, and you can see the rest of them kind of holding all the way over by B side. Coming back, though, MS should have this information. They don't see him at all, but Hacked now, they spot him early. He doesn't really get away with too much, but Prosper kind of cleans up the rest for him now, completely isolated, getting Halo droned and taken out. That is another pick effectively free to them, with that Dallas getting back up, courtesy of that Saint. So maybe a little advantage. Not everyone's going to be linked to a Dallas. Dahlia might not have been able to get away with that, as now Dahlia's trying to get away with anything. Who's Prosper running away, 22 HP, last player on the map, surrounded from both sides. That is a quick, flawless answer back from Kangaroo.
Exactly, 1-1. I'm expecting another back-and-forth game. I said that I wanted to see a 7-7, so it has to be a back-and-forth game if that's going to be the case. So, listen, man, right now, that round, Nash was able to make the play. Round 1, it was EMS. So the glitches trading plays. We just got to see who's going to be able to make more of them, because it really is going to come down to the glitches. I'm not going to lie. It's going to come down to the glitches, whether you're going to get caught out and sell your team the round, or get first blood and end up winning your team the round. It's really not really an in-between with glitch. Either you're going to be very helpful in the round, or you're not going to be helping at all. So, you know, we got to see exactly how these teams are going to be using this glitch to their advantage.
Yeah, again, I want to lean towards the team with more experience playing the glitch, which would likely be best Kangaroo with Nash on it there. Who's that down early? They're just going to burst in off that, as they rightfully should. This is a great position they've already taken. Joker getting literally knocked down to 80 HP, blind through a smoke, so great play by them as they're trying to get this bomb down. Is Fenk going to commit to this? Very low. Does get that barbed wire taken down. Now just holding for that regen, but not fast enough anymore. Slop will find Fenk, and it's this flank by Emes that could be so crucial here, but Nash narrowly managing to escape as he's forced over a Semtex here, but Nash going to be isolated by this one. Emes getting on the better end of this glitch duel, and now 2 versus 4 on the post plant.
Yeah, glitch on glitch crime, and whatever glitch wins that one, gonna be sitting pretty, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Right, Turtle, gonna be going up 2-1 and trading rounds yet again. Here we go, 1-1-1 each way. Nobody has any rounds in a row yet, and that's what I'm gonna be looking for. Who can string together the first couple triple rounds in a row? Because that might be the difference maker, and who ends up taking this map. It could be that close, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it will be literally razor's edge for sure throughout this one here. 2-1 though. Advantage now to Right Turtle after that. I feel like it will be just constant answers back. That one, I want to say a little bit closer, it felt like, but once Right Turtle got the advantage, they really just swung out with it. We're not seeing this map, I think, played in the same way that we have been previously. None of this kind of high ground control, none of these wide flanks from the attackers. It's all happening very sharp through mid. Nothing really all the way around, I think, because probably of the pace that these bombs are getting put down at.
No, you're 100% correct. That could definitely be part of the situation. I'm right now looking for where Nash is. I think he's... Oh my goodness, he's underneath. Is he underneath the bridge? Mm-hmm. That's where he is. Okay, I was trying to figure that out. So he's underneath the bridge right now. This is a weird situation. Drew Whitlock is 1 HP, though, in the corner. My goodness, he got super low. So right now it looks like... Oh, yeah, so one glitch is up top, above the bridge, and then the other glitch is below the bridge with their phones out. And they're hacking each other. Here we go. Glitch on glitch crime. Looks like Emes didn't decide to hack. He's going to go down to literally 2 HP, though. He's got to back out as he barely is able to do so. Molly not going to be able to finish him. So, you know, one glitch still has his hack. Nash already used his to fend off Emes, as they both knew each other were there on their pads. They just didn't know exactly where, so decided not to risk it. Now we get to see Nash playing for Emes on the flank, but it's not going to be Emes that he's going to really have to watch out for. It's most likely going to have to be Slop that's going to come back this way down the middle. Joker gets a big finish on Who's That, though. That's going to be massive for this offensive squad after they planted the bomb.
Finishing that kill is big, too, because that was the Dahlia link. Now those reses are gone, and Drew with a great cross angle onto Slop. It's literally only the Dahlia left standing, and now they will be joining the rest. A quick answer back. Once again, these rounds aren't really even contested. It's just over in the blink of an eye for going each way for each team. It's just part, I think, of maybe executing a specific plan for that, or kind of falling into a trap that you're being kind of ran into by the other team. We're seeing some very decisive play from both sides, and the other teams are not kind of responding quick enough.
No, you're completely right, and that's the thing is when these rounds are not coming down to the wire, when they're being won in such landslide fashion, both teams have shown capabilities and flashes of what they're able to do. It's just going to be all about that consistency, and like I said, putting together 2 rounds in a row. So best Kangaroo, they won the last one, so that would mean it's Right Turtle's turn to win this one. We got ourselves glitch on glitch crime right now. Nash versus EMES. They're going to be seeing each other on their pads very, very shortly over here at this A site. And, people think that glitch being banned, that it's banned more of an annoyance. No, I think it's banned because if you are good with glitch, you can do so much damage with glitch as a rogue, honestly. It's just so much intel for your team. Like that. Now you got him crossed. Now you move up. You get him on the radar. Now you're going to hug the right wall most likely and move up. You might even move around. Exactly. It's all about catching that timing. This is exactly what you need to do, and that's why Nash is one of the best glitches. You know exactly that this player is close. Now it's going to be all about your team helping you out. You already gave them the intel that they're in the backside. Now you just need to watch the alley while your team gets this bomb planted. Hopefully, as this Kestrel needs to start planting the bomb. Still waiting for it to plant, but
they're going to be hacking it. They're holding out for the hack. They just wanted to CC him at all, just get those map denied, anything that they could utility-wise coming in. They wanted to just get ahead of it, and I think that makes sense as Nash is trying to push now, but cross angle by Fank, huge push. This is what they needed to open the door, Rome.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed. 3v3 situation. I don't think that glitch is going to be getting back up anytime soon, but they still have to plant the bomb. That is still the main issue at hand. There's only 12 seconds left. They are starting to plant it right now. Is it going to go off? Yes. Is that Dahlia going to be full killed? No. 2v2 situation now. They don't have any utility to finish that off. Fank just has to back up. I think they're going to get the res. Yes, that player did get up. Is the glitch going to be getting up? I highly doubt it. No. My doubts were wrong as he does get up. 3v3 situation. It's a big gunfight at this close corner. Trench going up against the glitch, but he's trading it out. Slopadopoulos able to hit the Devo shot and make it a 2v1. Now it's all up to the Dallas. Dallas is able to take out one. It's a 1v2 situation. Now he's on the box. They are going to be going for the revive, though. He doesn't have a molly to his name, so after they get this revive, this should be a very simple round for them to win against Fank. Here we go. Fank gets taken out. He did take out one player on his way, but sadly wasn't enough to make it all happen.
Almost got 2, actually. I feel like I saw some low HP on their side right before it ended, but this is the first round that really felt close. I think they used the glitch fairly well. They climbed up, like you said. They kind of spotted him out, managed to sneak past him timing-wise, get in close, get the hack set up for when they wanted to go, and then get a pick for that. But I think not realizing that every single player on the map was back in that corner waiting to kill the first person that counter-peeked them really messed him up. Nash was in a crucial position, and losing him on that far side was, I think, really what it was their death warrant there at the end. That was the thing that kind of closed out the round early in favor of Red Turtle.
You're completely correct when it comes to that situation, and when it comes to this one, it looks like this EMES, he's gonna be meeting the whole squad this time. Now this is the worst situation you want to be in as a glitch, is when you see one and you realize, yeah, exactly, you just gotta run for your life. Barely able to get out. 2 players are gonna be pushing out the back though, so you just gotta back up further. Your team is not there. Glitch just does not have the utility to really stop an onslaught of pushes from a team. The flashes are cool, but they're really not enough, and then you got the Simtexes, of course, so the bomb is going to be getting planted pretty easily. And now it's going to be all about this retake situation. Fank, he's going to be on this close box, holding this site, trying to make sure nobody comes down low. And now it's going to be all about, man, this is such a tense round right now. 2 players are going to be hopping on top. They're clearing out the right side, Prosper Logic, but they got to watch out for the left as Drew is going to be up there. Now he's like a bird's eye view, able to take out another player with the Sahara, but that player gets traded out, and now it's all Dahlia by her lonesome. And hey, listen, every other round, it does not matter. Right Turtle, Kangaroo, Right Turtle, Kangaroo, Right Turtle, Kangaroo. We got ourselves round number 7, and I gotta say, I think Right Turtle's gonna win this one.
I mean, statistically, yeah, sure. I think that will be likely how it goes. I love with that round by Kangaroo, though. The fact that they had Nash go to A, walk up, kind of scan. It's like, all right, no one's here. No one's here at all. And then kind of counting, all right, it took them like 15 seconds to rotate. Let's just go A. There's only a glitch there. They're not going to change anything. that gives them the free pick immediately. Just playing off of that glitch intel is so good. And I think exactly how you need to play this. And hard pivot. They flew one way. They're going to be spotting their potential rotation, but going back right away, we'll see if where the Dallas is, because I think that actually be pretty crucial. They're obviously going to spot the Mimes way forward this time, and revealed they know he is close by, and he's getting hacked. Can't counter hack. Oh, he did get the counter hack off in time, it looks like, actually finishing the animation, holding close. They don't have that util, but they just run into the left. No one watching his crossfire. Only Prosper now coming in, but they might not be able to get this with Joker close by to deny that. 3 on now 2, unless this Kestrel can stay alive. But they're going to be swarming on the rooftops, right? Turtle do not want to let the pace down.
Yeah, the Saint drone did come through, but Nash was able to down Slop in return, but Slop gonna be getting up just like that. So, man, Joker gets taken down. Dahlia-Rez gonna be coming through. That's not gonna happen as he gets full killed on the ground. Uh-oh, Prosper gotta be hitting your shots here. This Prosper is now in a 1v2. He's gonna get this revive. They're on the roof. They can't challenge it, so he's gonna be able to get the revive. 2v2 situation now. Oh my goodness, this is so unfortunate. But they have to grab the bomb. The bomb is, yeah, it's in a corner. Like, I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is right now for Best Kangaroo. Oh, that's such a gamble if you go down that long way. And no, he's not going to be doing it. Looks like they are going to be challenging this right side. Oh, my goodness, it's coming down to the wire. This is going to be such a big momentum swing for both of these teams. Slopodopolis is holding true with his Devo on this far right side. Glitch understands both of these players are close. Both of them are on the roof. And now it's going to be all about winning these trades, but Slop is running away for his life. He gets down. Are they going to be able to get the bomb? I don't think so. They have to get the kill, and they're going to be able to do it. Drew Whitlock understood the situation. He understood the objective. He is going to be going up 4-3, breaking the mold. Not every other round, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3 in favor of Best Kangaroo. My goodness, Drew Whitlock putting them down.
That, as close as it could possibly be, the time running out, the bomb was in their control, right? Turtle, I feel like, had every advantage. They did not consider the Drew Whitlock. I feel like he was part of almost every kill in that round. I mean, he got the Saint res at one point, and then on the low ground, down Slop, almost kills Prosper, who has to barely escape using a smoke to get that pickup. Then they had him peek that far side, kind of keeping him engaged on that left so they could push the right side without having to worry about a double peek, because they knew that someone was going to be watching that just in case they got a free pick. I think Drew was in their heads that round, and it worked out excellently. He's going to keep this Saint for this half, and they might be regretting that runway ban now. Could have given Slop a comfort pick and not had to deal with this glitch and this Saint piloted by Drew.
No, you're completely right. I think they might be sitting here thinking, man, we could have just had Slop on the runway instead, locking down these long sight lines. And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like Slop. Man, this is a tough thing to say. I feel like Slop is a better runway than Drew, but I feel like Drew is more reckless on runway, and so he's unpredictable. He just does what he wants, and so it's just very, very hard to play against. So if you're not ready for it, it is definitely going to be a shocking situation. Okay, so the Dallas understands he doesn't even need to snap. He understands he's going to snap anyway. So he understands that they're all going to be here making this play onto A. He already saw 2 taking the zip line. That doesn't happen unless there's at least going to be another one here. Looks like Emes going to be coming up. Is he planting it? No, he's not planting it yet. Okay, I was about to say, so Talon is the one with the bomb, so we got to see exactly how the Talon in who's that is going to be trying to plant it, because there's nobody up close. Not sure what that molly was. Not sure why Fang thought there was a player there, but there was not, and that player is going to get the bomb down. That's going to be who's that? Only 3 bullets going to be getting into that player on the side, Emes, before he gets taken out, but he does get taken out. Fang gets full killed, though. Are they going to be able to get the res? I highly doubt it. And if you're not able to get the res, you got to be able to watch this bomb, because this is a very easily stretchable bomb. If one player is to hop on it, you see the defenders, they do have all 4 up, though. That's going to be massive to be able to get him up.
And now they are swarming over on the rooftops, with Nash actually finding the first, but Emes getting picked up, comes back from behind. That's 2 picks for them, and that is a guaranteed round near the end. Very well played on that swing out here. The bomb likely would have gone off anyway, but Emes just holding strong in the bottom, hearing all those players up top, made the perfect decision to get a complete split crossfire.
Oh yeah, completely correct, man. I gotta say, I'm loving the plays, the adjustments out of each team right now. Like, I think the right turtle is. I think that they're playing this correct on defense or on offense. I feel like they need to keep on pushing out this A bomb site with their composition. I don't feel like a B push is going to be all that great for them, mainly because. I would say the main reason is because they didn't go double res. Like, I feel like Saint and Dahlia is so good on this map, specifically on the offensive side. You're just able to get so many smokes to have multiple chances at plays. But when a glitch is on the map, that does delete a lot of things you can do. You see Fank, he's already going to be snapping out this glitch in EMS. Bomb's already going to be going down now. So if you're Fank, you're in a dilemma right now. I wish I could like pause the live game and like break something down real quick. But like right now, if you're Fank, you're in a dilemma. You know, yeah, exactly. You know that Fank is has to play for this glitch that's flanking. He already snapped him, so he understands he's there. He even hits him with the molly, so he 100% has him locked up right now in this position. And now the glitch has to defend it. He has to start making his way back. Fank is playing this really well, but getting flashed at an unopportune time is really just going to mess up all of his flanking ability in a whole. He still has the hack. I was about to say as well, and they're going to be wide swinging and taking out all those players. So Right Turtle are finally able to win 2 rounds in a row, answering right back. It's very interesting. Best Kangaroo, they finally won 2 rounds in a row, and then Right Turtle, they immediately answer back with 2 rounds in a row.
Which is absolutely absurd. Now, I think you're right that Fank kind of did the right thing by like throwing out the molly to lock him out even more, but I think he might have just needed to wait and bait him in. He was delaying the glitch long enough that they were relying on this flank, and they lost 2 up front, but then giving EMS the chance to rotate in and pincer again really hurt them in the end. They got knocked so low all behind that area, had to pop a stim shot when they weren't really being as pressured because they thought they'd have to fight the glitch. It just timing-wise became incredibly difficult for them.
Yeah, you can see right now, it looks like EMS, he is trying to figure out where these players are going to be coming from at this B bomb site. He gets revealed, though, doesn't want to take the chance. He's going to be crossing over back to A. You see Nash, he's rotating over as well. So all the defense is starting to converge now onto this A side as they realize that this is going to be the bomb of choice from this Best Kangaroo squad. From this Right Turtle squad as they have pushed out. Slob is finally able to down Fank. Nash in a fight with this glitch in EMS 1v1. He's able to flash him. If you're EMS, you got to push this one. Getting him super low. You can't peek anymore. And Nash, and oh man, he gets taken out. Sad day for EMS. Almost able to win that one. Slop is going to be hitting the revive in the wide open. That is what I'm talking about when it comes to the top teams, just getting these revives and securing them. They do such a good job of it. I'm just impressed every single time.
They just recognized where they were. There's 2 players left. They just got both of them fighting them in front, understood they had the left area covered. Nothing else to worry about. Now just, hey, hack Nash, reveal Nash. You know where he is. Run him down. He's going to be sprinting away. There's no chance he's going to get in. And if he use that bomb with all the intel that they have, just going to go try to fight him. Nash kind of playing this like the Thunderdome. Down here on the ground, using the shotgun here to try to win it out, but no chance here as Right Turtle get their 3rd round in a row. And I'm starting to think Best Kangaroo are feeling the pressure. This is the 2nd time they've been on the edge, on the verge of eliminating a top team earlier in the bracket than you normally expect. And now, again, they're starting to falter on their strongest game mode on the final map.
Yeah, I thought at halftime, going into defense up 4-3, they would be feeling very good and confident, and maybe that confidence is coming back to bite them because now they're finding themselves down 4-6. They are on the defensive side, though, so all they got to really do is put together these rounds one at a time. You're not going to get all 4 rounds in one round. You got to take it slow, understand the situation that you're in, and keep on clutching up the way that you guys have been because they clutched up so many rounds early on. They just need to get back to that.
Yeah, 100%. They need to kind of get that clutch factor returned to them as they now move in. Revealed early, but actually players are swinging out. He might get pushed here right away. Stuck, but not stuck. Just narrowly escaping with 25 HP. No chance to punish him here as EMS is in the middle. Hacked early. Constant early hacks coming in from Best Kangaroo, and I don't think it's been paying off for them quite yet. EMS rotation. Great crossfire. Fank. No chance of staying alive here as Nash tries to equalize, but everyone else on Best Kangaroo is just falling apart. It's all down to Drew with a 25 HP left up top, revealed. They know where he is. He's getting the regen, but it might be too little too late, even with that pick he got on Prosper in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough. They're already getting another revive. Now they're going to be throwing that flash. Oh, man. I feel bad for Drew right now because he's not going to be able to win this round. Now they're going to need to win 4 defensive rounds on Palace in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Man, oh, man, Right Turtle, they can smell the semifinals.
Yeah, they are at the verge, and I mean, they are comfortable. They've been here plenty of times before. This is not a strange place for Right Turtle to be on the verge of the semis, but it's a newer thing for Kangaroo, especially considering their opponent. I really think that is playing into why it is going the way it is now. They're not figuring out as quickly what Right Turtle are doing. Previously, it was every round was being traded because something else was being adapted, something else was being fixed up. But this time, I just don't think Nash is necessarily finding the same value of the glitch intel, but they're playing something a little aggressive this time, running all the way in, but Drew down immediately. That's 2 thrown away at the start of the round, and Fank will fall next. They trade 1, but it's already just Nash left standing. With a shotgun in hand and blink and you miss it, the round is over. We're back to the initial pace, and that initial pace closes the door in the winner's bracket for Best Kangaroo.
Wow. All I got to say is that is an extremely unfortunate way for Best Kangaroo to go down to the loser's bracket. I thought for sure that was going to be a much closer game toward the end. I felt like that entire series was extremely back and forth. After halftime, I'm just not sure what happened, but overall, it looks like props to Right Turtle, because that runway ban, it looks like it might have come back to be a good choice. Honestly, it might have come back to be a good choice. So, props to them. First target ban of the day, and it ends up coming out with a win. So, I just can't say enough about them for going against the meta a little bit, changing things up, and still being victorious.
Yeah, definitely good to do. I think target bans, we'll see it obviously as teams get more comfortable. We will see it more and more as teams try to kind of kick out the legs from under them and force them out of what they're used to. But what a set we just had, Ro. I mean, that was all the way down to the wire with these teams constantly pushing each other to the edge, even after a very unfortunate map 1 with Slampodopoulos not being able to play the whole thing out. They still managed to... Best Kangaroo still managed to win out map number 3. Strong respawn performance from Right Turtle all night long. And I fully expect that to continue as they move up to these semis.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that they'll be dropping a King of the Hill, most likely until they see Justice in the winners finals, I would assume, if they are going to be able to make it there. Like I said, it is a war to get to the winners finals. So if they are blessed enough to do that, big props to them for sure. Because this King of the Hill, there's not too many highlights you can show when they're ending them in this type of fashion. So, Right Turtle, they are looking like the King of the Hill team that they have been known to be so dominant. And I got to say, they look like they aren't missing a beat today.
No, definitely not. I mean, I don't know. I really kind of wish the Best Kangaroo just played Magdalia, because it seems really good, and I'm not sure. I like the idea of Phantom for aggressive plays on demo, but I don't know necessarily how I feel about it on the King of the Hill by comparison, because they're just playing the Mac, they're playing characters with stim shots, it's not really working out as well. I want to see them kind of mirror that composition and see how they do then, because some of those fights were close. And this map, speaking of close, a lot of these rounds right there, I mean, plays like this map was another one of those that went back and forth the whole time. Who's coming up real quick, also who's so aggressive on this Talon. This was a great map for Who's that ended up not even being a win for them.
Yeah, just unfortunate. And, they did such a good job on this Breach map overall. I gotta say, they just did such a solid job. It just couldn't close it out, especially in rounds like this where they just ran into the meat grinder. It just really seemed like Right Turtle was going to be winning it. But it was really after this round, they didn't win any more, as they were able to take out Nash with that incredibly timed grenade. And, from there on out, it was all... Oh, my goodness. Just the close shots coming in. My goodness. Great stuff. Great stuff. And this is the one.
That was the end of the game 100%. When you lose a fight like that, obviously it literally also ended the game, but when you lose a fight like that, the mental is ruined. You know, you got to get that hard reset after when a player is that on fire. Honestly, that kill, maybe that's what led to the runway ban. They had to shake things up against him somehow.
Interesting. Maybe it might have been that kill. You might be right. Maybe it's going to come back to haunt them a little bit. They said, listen, you know what? I got bad memories of that runway. I am good on that. But listen, I got to say, if you're getting to a place as a player where the meta is to not target ban and you're still getting target banned, that just means that you are that much of a factor on that rogue. So, you know, even though Right Turtle ended up coming out victorious, I got to say props to Drew Whitlock for forcing them to show something different. You know, they had to play a different game and still be able to win it, and they were able to do that. Looked like EMS got the better of Nash in the glitch battle, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were able to kind of find that hole there. I guess Nash maybe not practicing it quite as much. They seemed very comfortable. At first, I thought it was Nash with the edge, the way that he was playing it in mid and kind of sneaking up under them. I think he had some really creative approaches and was, I mean, playing it like a stealth game, splinter selling himself all the way up on the left side of the map, sneaking past EMS until he finally noticed him when he was all the way in. Then using that knowledge well, I think they had a great baseline that they just could not execute on the latter half of that one, just really getting almost negative value from that glitch as soon as they went to defense.
No, you're completely right. I can definitely see that as the case, you know, and this is the thing is when you decide to choose rogues that, you know, are a little bit off meta, you got to be able to play perfectly around it. I think having the talent, honestly, was a pretty solid decision. I feel like that really helped them out big time, just having to keep on playing for that Talon Dart. If you're the defensive side, if you're going to hack anything, you got to hack that Talon Dart and get that out the way. And honestly, I got to say, I am extremely impressed at how they adapted. I didn't think that they were going to be able to adapt to this glitch meta instantaneously, but they were able to, and they did it incredibly on this back end. And so I can't say enough about this squad in Best Kangaroo.